We are live.
Thank you. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Corporation of Township of Don Valley Committee meeting for today, Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. We're meeting in council chambers and not via Zoom conferencing. No, thank you. So are there any additions or any additions or changes to the agenda? Seeing none, I'll ask for confirmation for the agenda.
Oh, I was just
Sorry.
gonna ask one thing, if we wouldn't mind enclosed switching the order.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
You can do that. Okay, a motion to confirm the agenda? Meredith, thank you, and we don't need it in favor. In favor. Okay, are there any notifications of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none. I'd like to call for an approval or any suggestions for changes to the agenda of our last meeting on June 16th. A motion, please. Thank you, Tracy. No changes?
No.
And all in favor? Carried. Now, moving on to delegations, I think Mayor Murphy has the introduction for the first delegation.
Thank you, Chair. So we've got Jerry McPhail here, who thinks she is here to give an update on the food bank. But she is incorrect. So as we all know, Jerry McPhail, our Eganville Food Bank Director, is an outstanding person. She is passionate and a dedicated volunteer. Her innovative and tireless efforts at our food bank have resulted in many beneficial improvements. She works diligently and in a very quiet and humble manner. As well, Jerry is a pleasure to work with, as we all know at this table, and respectful and caring of our food bank clients. She is truly so deserving of this honor as an Ontario Senior of the Year. You know, I've given these out over the years, Jerry, but I have to tell you, in getting to know you over the last for a while, I cannot think of anybody that is more deserving than you are of this honor. And I was saying to Neville and Paul in the parking lot, when I chose the food banks as my warden's charity, I jokingly said I wanted all the money to go to Eganville because I know how much you and your whole group, how you make every dollar stretch incredibly. And you know, that $1,750 you'll be getting from the county, I know that you'll make it seem like it's $5,000. Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought they were. I feel so, okay, can I tell you something? I feel so bad when we do that to people. We did it to Gerald. We did it to Gerald when we decided to rename Gerald Tracy Park. And he came with like almost a PowerPoint of the history of it was, and then we stopped him and he was like, oh.
Step forward.
I know, I've got all kinds of notes there to tell you.
We'll hear them another day, Jen.
Then you get the backup.
Just want to
Oh, yeah,
ask them to come forward, please.
we're gonna be sitting on Meredith's knee.
Right
Here,
here.
you just,
There you go.
there we go.
There we go.
I can
Okay.
move if you need.
I sent a note back for a camera because I didn't know this was taking place, but I think the phone would be fine. And if not, I'll get a next picture. Right, a next,
Sure.
I get out of your way.
You get the message.
So it's balding. Congratulations, Jerry.
So everyone for the chairship.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Tracy.
Come on, Tracy.
I did do that. I did every time.
The lake is amazing.
Where are you going?
Here, no, because there's two, no, that's not gonna work here. That's
Okay.
not gonna work.
Right, everybody shuffle. Everybody shuffle around.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, we need a picture of all the rebels too, eh?
Come on, Rebels.
Come on, rebels. Come on,
Park
rebels.
your motorcycles and get up here.
Yeah, right.
She wants to, it's her day, she wants to.
Team
With the
here.
roof full.
Come on.
No,
You're not getting it. I don't know.
You could go that way.
Yeah.
Sherry, go there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll come to you.
Move the desk.
Neville?
Move the desk.
Around. I'll just share it with Neville and you can have it. I won't put it on the website or Facebook or anything like that.
They look like they're in school.
Yeah.
It's like a
Well,
grade one photo.
Bus, yeah. Ready? Wow, I don't know what to say. Well, like, we have this men's draw equity program going.
You can present that to us another day,
Yeah.
Barry.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know. Wow, thank you. I'm really fan. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. It was our honor. Okay, so now you all have to stay for the rest of the meeting.
25.
I'd run.
And you can do your report on the food bank another day.
Okay.
But we know,
Email it to now.
yeah, no, we know all the good stuff. You're very communicative, which is great. Like, we're always in the know
Yeah.
of all the great things that are going
Well,
on.
that's, yeah, it should be. Yeah. We got lots of happening. Yeah.
It's amazing. And you should see that check fairly soon. Yeah.
Perfect. I'll be looking for it. Yeah.
Yes, I know, Carol, you and I talked, yeah.
Yeah, that'll make those numbers look better. Next year. For next year, yeah. That's okay.
All
All
right.
right. Well, that was a lot of fun to a very deserving person, so
Disturbed.
now we.
Disturbed.
That's what he said.
I was looking at Neville.
Yes.
Thank you.
But we,
That's fine.
our next, delegation is not nearly so exciting. It's
Wow.
about.
Oh, I don't, it's not.
They're not here yet.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
okay. What time did we tell Eleanor?
I told her 1:45 and it's
Oh, okay.
1:22, so.
Awesome.
She's actually a former resident of Eganville and former minister of Ontario Minister of Sport.
I'm not.
And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have the arena redone.
Agreed.
Okay, well, I'll give her equal footing.
Yeah.
Chair.
She's very special too.
Thank you.
Community. And at a time when we were gonna have to shut the arena down, for $40 million. He gave us.
Well, I went by the speed, you guys.
Fight should be in the future.
It's lost, but I guess, yeah.
Neville?
I guess we're interrupting them.
Neville.
Sorry. Thank you so much.
You deserve it.
Oh, you're staying? I'm learning. Okay. She said to stay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Things to learn.
She's not the boss of you.
Well,
I used to be.
yeah, now it's the other way around.
We just had to find the right person. And then say. Because what she's done compared to when I was running is like, you know.
Yeah.
Head and shoulders above.
I think you did a great job too, Carol.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
kept it going, but I mean, what she's elevated so many different things in so many
Yeah.
different areas. That it's like, you go, girl.
And made some pretty drastic changes, which is always lovely.
Yes.
Well, and changing times as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
Right, right, yes, no, I was the transitional from the old to the new.
Right.
This is the new.
And your hair is both the same color. It's amazing.
Funny how that happens. Yes, actually, we do, we have the same hairdresser.
Right in there.
So she should be here in a minute.
All right.
Do you want to do correspondence A?
Well, let's do that. So we'll move temporarily down to number 7, correspondence, 7.1, correspondence A. Information provided to council by various organizations for our benefit. I didn't see anything that needed to be brought forward for decision. Do you agree?
A doesn't have any decisions, they're just
Or-
for information, but if anybody has any questions for me
Or comments or.
or comments, especially with county, Eorn, Roma. Board of Health.
Those are really good pieces of communication.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
reading the Ministry of Health form to see what's going on.
It's so good.
Immunizations, opioid
Yeah.
crisis.
You might notice that the Eorn report is the same, this is in my mayor's report. Rogers had an embargo on towers going into service during the FIFA World Cup.
Oh,
I think they're worried about it disturbing the network.
okay,
So,
because of volumes.
or God forbid something go wrong,
Right.
and yeah,
Right.
so.
I was just gonna ask if there was anything you wanted to draw our attention to from those.
No, one of the things on the construction was about 512.
Yeah,
It's now done. Lines
I
are
drove
painted.
by it.
Yeah.
I was actually, I didn't realize it was being done. I drove home a few days ago. I was like, this road is beautiful.
It's now the 512 Speedway.
Yeah.
Correct, Carol?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's now the 512 Autobahn. It's crazy. It's Mad Max beyond Thunderdome.
It's beautiful.
No, but it is great. County council. We're in sort of that weird
Mm,
time going into an election. There is quite a bit going on. I will tell you, driving by the Whitewater Paramedic Base, it was kind of going very nicely. Been by there a couple of times. Roma, we're gearing up for the AMO conference because we're sort of an arm of AMO, sort of getting ready for those elections as well. They've got an election coming up in August.
I was gonna ask you something about, I received something regarding an election position for AMO. It seems like it must be off cycle and odd that it's right before the election. So,
They're closed now, the nominations.
no, I know, but somebody like send a please support me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So it seemed weird that there are elections for the AMO board right before a general municipal election.
We agree.
But that is legitimately the way it happens?
Yes,
Why, if we don't know if those people are going to be elected or not?
which is why I didn't run for AMO.
Okay.
So I was urged to run for AMO president. And I thought, okay, I will do that. There's one person running. I will challenge that person. And then I thought, what if I don't? That's sort of cheeky, thinking, what if I don't win in our election? I don't know what they do in that case. For any of the members that are running, but their elections
Their
are
term starts
It's
on the last,
every 2 years.
it's every 2 years.
Yep, so the next one is August 2028.
Okay.
So,
I thought someone may have resigned and they were just backfilling or something, so
No.
thank you for the clarification.
no, it is odd timing though,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens every 4 years. At the it's very unusual. Because the Roma, of course, Roma is after the election in January, so that works out beautifully, right? So you're elected in October, inaugurated, and then you've got some time before January to run in
Yeah.
that election, yeah.
Well, I don't think it's right to start 7.2 correspondence, because that's got more.
Oh, it's got a lot, yeah.
More stuff to do.
But was there anything else on,
I don't remember everything that I read. Those were the,
I'm glad you like the medical officer of health report though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just reading the breakdown of opioids that they have found.
Yeah.
And what can, like, these veterinary tranquilizer stuff in this crap that, you know,
It's,
Tom Street.
Yeah.
Just really good information behind.
I got
And-
this.
as you've seen, his reports are always that comprehensive.
Yeah.
And it's quite amazing, because our meetings are generally on Tuesday mornings, and that's the morning that Isaac Bogosh is always on CTV News. And he's always got an update, and Jason always knows. He's like, yep, I saw that this morning, and he can answer for it. But the tick thing is a real juggernaut, and the different ticks. Like,
And there was a correspondence, B about ticks that I think we need to
But
pay
they're-
attention to.
but they're all different, which is, yeah. Anyway.
All right, we're gonna proceed now to our second delegation, and I'll have Mayor Murphy again welcome our delegate.
Let's, Eleanor, can you throw your camera on?
We shut that, it's something like that,
And
it's really.
Unmute, babe. Oh,
Mute. Can you hear me, Mayor?
oh,
Now we're
Ah.
good.
So
Welcome.
sorry, everyone. Can you see me and hear me?
we can
We
see
can.
you and hear you, and it is so lovely to see you.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know how I feel about Eganville, Mayor.
Absolutely,
You know that Eganville is a special place in my heart.
definitely, and you have a special place in our hearts.
I wasn't sure if you were talking to Herbie when you said mayor.
Oh,
Oh, right. Yes.
Then I realized.
Yes, Madam Mayor, it's so lovely to see you all, and I'm delighted. And can I just thank Annette for just helping to make this happen, and all of the administrative assistance that she gave me. So thank you, Annette, so much for all of your help. I really appreciate it.
she's the best.
Yep.
Literally.
Look, yes. Well, please take us through your PowerPoint.
I
This
am
is
going
all
to do
great,
that. I'm gonna
great information to have.
Well, thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm delighted to spend some time with all of you today, and I am going to share some slides, Madam Mayor, but I'm also going to leave them with you. So there's a lot of information in my presentation. So rather than go through every slide intimately, what I'm going to do is skim through a great deal of it, share what I think, and I'm hoping that you'll walk away with today. Because really, I'm here to talk to you about the work that we do and the assistance that we provide to municipalities. Mayor, you've seen me at AMO over the years, and you know that we have a vibrant relationship with AMO, and we have counselors on our board of directors. And so a lot of the work that we do is really here to assist the municipal sector. So I think you've introduced me, Mayor, to everybody in the room, so I likely don't need to do that.
Well, we didn't really. We sort of, it was a bit frenetic here when you were coming on. So everybody, this is the Honorable Eleanor McMahon. She, as Meredith said prior to Eleanor coming on, without her assistance as the Minister of, what were you at the
Culture, sports, and
time?
tourism?
Tourism, culture and sport?
Yes, yeah,
Kind of, in
Yes.
some order. Our arena would not be in the shape it's in right now. So, you were such a great help to us in achieving that grant. And, again, you know, we consider you a friend here at this table and in Eganville. And I'm gonna let you take it away.
Oh, thank you, Madam Mayor. That was such a proud moment for me, and I loved it, and deeply personal, of course. And a lot of the credit goes to you, Madam Mayor, actually, for reaching out and for working with us to make that happen. So it was really a team effort on my part, and I was so thrilled to do it. So I'm going to share my presentation now, and I'm hoping that you all can see it. Can you see it on your screen?
No. We as council have it and we've reviewed it, but I'd like the general public to be able to see it on our YouTube.
Okay, well, let's see if I can do it now.
There we
Oh,
go,
Got it.
coming up.
something is going on now. There
I-
we go.
I have to tell you, I have many gifts. Technology is not one of them. And as my mother would say, and of course, since I was a faithful attendee at St. James the Less, use your gifts, Eleanor. When the time comes at the pearly gates, the Lord's going to ask you how you use them. So I'll just have to say sorry on the technology front, I pass. But many fond memories of living in Eganville on Hartwig Street, and this is the reason why. Some of you may know that I was married to an OPP officer. Greg and I proudly lived in Eganville. He served at the Killaloe Detachment. It was the lion's share of the time we were together, actually. So many, many happy memories of our time in Eganville and Greg's time in Killaloe. Sadly, Greg was killed while we were training for a triathlon on his bike just north of our home in Burlington. When we returned to Burlington after 3 years of riding our bikes and doing training on the beautiful roads around Eganville, where the cycling is so incredible and the vistas are beautiful. And, you know, we would ride for 3 hours without seeing a car sometimes. And for people that are cycling, that's a huge gift. And when we moved to Burlington and Greg started a job at the Caledon Detachment, he was always concerned about me getting into a collision because of the number of cars and, you know, that change in our lives. And little did I know that his life would be taken not on the job or doing something that he loved to do, his work, but doing something else he loved to do, which was cycling. And so when Greg was killed, we learned that the gentleman who killed him sadly had many convictions for driving under suspension, 5 convictions for driving under suspension, 4 convictions for driving without a license, many thousands of dollars in unpaid fines. And 2 months after he killed Greg, he hit someone else. So I think all of you can understand, because you know the officers at the detachment and you know what police officers are dedicated to the safety of Ontarians, and Greg spent 25 years doing that. So starting an organization in his memory really became an important opportunity for us to close the gaps in cycling and safety and legislative changes and policy changes in Ontario, which is really where, as you all know, cycling really happens. And then my road safety work took me into government. The Premier asked me to run. I was elected in Burlington. And then when I got into cabinet, she handed me the cycling file with the Minister of Transportation. And away we went and invested in cycling infrastructure for municipalities, and we invested $125 million across the province. So that was a very privileged time for me. I now chair the organization that I started in Greg's memory, and I'm here today to share a little bit with you about what we do. And again, I'm not going to go through all of this. This is on our website, sharetheroad.ca, and you will get a copy of this presentation for your perusal. But all this information is publicly available, as I say, on our website. This is a little bit of a word salad, so forgive me because there's a lot here. I'm going to focus in on the 3 pillars of our work at the Share the Road Cycling Coalition, which is a provincial cycling advocacy and public policy organization. We focus on advocacy. We do have an all-party cycling caucus at Queen's Park. I'll touch on that in a minute. We focus on mobilization and change. So we're an evidence-based organization. We do public polling. I'm going to share some of that with you today. And again, we focus on the capacity in the municipal sector, because it won't surprise any of you that there are municipalities across the province that are looking for advice. How can we be more bicycle friendly? What do we need to do first? We have so many options. We have limited budgets. How do we spend them? And how can we serve the citizens in our communities who want to ride their bikes more? Or I think particularly of Eganville, how can we attract tourists to the beauty of the Bonnechere Valley with all the natural assets that you have? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today as well. I'm going to start with some polling because it's good to know numbers, and this polling's 3 years old. We are going to be doing some new polling. We're going into the field in a few weeks, actually, and we'll unveil it at our bike summit in Toronto in September. But we do know that 68% of Ontarians are using their bikes at least occasionally, and that's a really big number when you think of our population. These are people that are riding their bikes for pleasure or for daily use, some of them to get to work or to school or to run errands. depending on where you live in the province, but we have a high number of cyclists in Ontario. We did this question because we wanted to understand what sometimes becomes the case, which is this dynamic of cyclists versus motorists, when really, in actual fact, it's about all of us, because 87% of Ontarians are cyclists and motorists, depending again on where you live. I live in Burlington. I'm a transit user, I'm a walker. When I go to Toronto, I take the GO train, and then when I'm in Toronto, I'm on the TTC. And I actually ride my bike in Toronto as well. So I'm atypical of many Ontarians who are using their bike frequently to get around. This one I wanted to show you because I think it speaks to the sentiments of Ontarians who support investments in cycling infrastructure and would like the government to do so. And I think these figures are, really indicative of that. 66% of people saying that the provincial government should invest in cycling as part of its overall transportation planning. So again, I will share this presentation with you and you can read it at your leisure, but I did want to just share with you that we do take seriously evidence. We do proceed on the basis of polling data and other things, and it really tends to guide our work. Sorry, there's been some construction work going on here today.
Real life.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, real life, exactly. I think this one was interesting because we wanted to really show, for those of us who've been elected and others, that really the likelihood that I would vote for someone who would invest in road safety initiatives and funding cycling infrastructure is pretty darn good. Even if you take the neutral folks into account, that's a 77% of people agree or virtually agree that this is an important imperative. And so again, I'm of the belief that road safety should never be politicized. I think we all agree that our road safety is really important. And I think Ontarians agree with that as well. I'm going to breeze through the next little piece, but again, just for the information of council and folks listening in, we do have an all-party cycling caucus. When I ran Share the Road before I was elected, I was visiting the UK and I met at Westminster in London several British parliamentarians who had an all-party cycling caucus. And I thought, geez, this is such a good idea. I'm going to bring it back to Canada. And we have had at Queen's Park an all-party cycling caucus now for, all that for almost 15 years. And it consists of folks from across the aisle. We're hoping for a Conservative member to join our caucus, but candidly, there are many in the caucus with whom we have regular conversations. And so, and I'm working actually with the MTO now on cycling skills education. And so I don't want to give the impression that those relationships aren't there. They are. They're very productive. They happen differently because this is a different government, but nonetheless, they are very good. And as I mentioned, the work of this caucus consists of legislative reform. They will be speaking at our annual conference in September. And again, we'll be sharing our new polling data, which I know they will be interested in as well. I want to spend a little bit of time talking now about our Bicycle Friendly Communities program. This is something that a growing number of municipalities in Ontario are embracing. And it's a program that we brought to Canada in 2010. I've listed the Eastern Ontario communities here. I focused on your neck of the woods and east. Kingston is not here. They are definitely one of our bicycle friendly communities. But Cornwall, Petawawa, Alfred, Brockville, Petawawa in the honorable mention category. And Arnprior recently reached out to us as very interested in joining the program. Why do municipalities like it? Because it gives you the opportunity to have an external validation of what you're doing. It gives you really concrete steps and direction by a panel of experts and judges. We have a group of planners and engineers and really smart urbanists that help us out generously and give us their feedback. We just judged 8 municipalities in the last couple of weeks. We'll be announcing them at the Bike Summit in September. And we're going to be proudly announcing our first platinum designated communities, which is a real point of pride. And I think an indication of the growing numbers of people that are cycling and the desire of municipalities to accommodate them. And, really the expertise in the municipal level that's really growing in terms of, again, accommodating cyclists. So we have 70 communities. We'll add 8 more to that number, and over 10 million Ontarians living in a designated community. And this is something we can follow up with. If you like. Small municipalities apply quite often because it's a really instructive way to realize, wow, we're actually doing a lot of stuff we didn't realize we were doing. Or, gee, here's some really good feedback from people who we'd otherwise have to pay significantly to have them come and do a transportation master plan, which I know all of you do, or your cycling master plan. And it's a really great way to get feedback, involve your community in a conversation about how you can expand your cycling infrastructure and make some investments to the interest of the people living in your community. So a quote here from Darren Croft, again, you'll see this in the package, but just an example of Kitchener, who I recently was at Kitchener Council, and presented them with their Gold Bicycle Friendly Community Award, a very proud moment for them. And again, I mentioned this already, but it's a great program, gives you recognition, also gives you that evidence-based approach and a roadmap for investment. We really love it. The municipalities that we work with do as well. I'll be at AMO this year, and I know I'll be talking to many municipalities who are looking to join our program. This is an example of a sign that you get when you get your designation, and many municipalities have several in the community, and they proudly display them. It also is a way to attract jobs and investment, because when you advertise that your community is bicycle friendly, it really talks a lot about how you prioritize well-being, livability, safety, and of course it allows you to promote yourself in the tourism context too. These are some of the badges that come with the designation. And just finally, on a closing slide, to talk about the program in closing, there is a benefit structure. You get discounts on our annual summit and our conference, which is a continuing education opportunity. Our cycling conference has become the biggest in Canada, and it's really the only conference of its kind where best practices are shared amongst municipalities. We hope that somebody might come from your council or from staff in September. I'm happy to share further information about that. But the feedback report that you get really does become your strategic plan. What do we need to be doing for cycling? Where do we start? How should we proceed? Because lots of folks don't know. And there's all kinds of other opportunities for us to work together. So that's essentially our bicycle friendly community program. Here I am at Durham Council. Durham region was the first regional government to apply for the program and be designated. So it's a nice photo from earlier this year with regional council. Our next application will open later in the fall. The deadline will be in the spring, 6 or 7 months later. And then we announced the awards at next year's summit, which will be in Toronto in 2027. So closing things out here, just to sort of highlight for you some of the things we're excited about that we're working on. One of the things that I dreamed about when I started the organization was I started to realize what a gap there was. I'll raise my hand and say that I'm of an age now where when I went to school, I got cycling training. I also was the youngest of 7 kids, so I had lots of trainers in my family and lots of opportunities to learn. But we learned at school, and as most of you know, a lot of our public health programs have been taken out of our schools, and cycling training was one of them. So we don't really have a way in which we can train our children in a systematic, uniform fashion. And in 2009, I was at the Global Cycling Conference in Brussels, and I met some colleagues from the UK. They had launched a program in 2007. 5 million kids have gone through the program since then. And so they have agreed to help us launch a version of Bikeability UK right here in Ontario. They've generously agreed to help. So we've been working for about a year now, and we'll be launching Bikeability in 3 communities, Toronto, Mississauga, and Niagara Falls, with partners including the Y, public health, law enforcement, municipal staff, of course. And we're looking to focus on what the UK did, which was the instructor pool, curriculums, a scalable model, but also standards for cycling skills education. So I'm working with the MTO right now on doing what the UK did. Was in the UK, they developed national standards for cycling education. So if you want to teach cycling education and you want to teach the bikeability program, you have to adhere to a standard. And that has really set the UK program apart. And so my conversations with the provincial government have been, let's do that same thing here. Let's give parents and educators the confidence that we're developing a program that's really going to keep their kids safe. And by the way, the Dutch have done studies, and this won't surprise you, that when you train a child to ride a bike, they become a better driver. And so less collisions, less loss of life and injury is what we all want. And giving our kids that healthy habit for life is something that we desperately want to do. And so we're working very hard to bring that program to Ontario now. I spoke about the Bike Summit. We'd love to see some of you there if you're so inclined. Again, you'll get this in your package, but it's a great couple of days. We partner with the Ontario Traffic Council. Their active transportation workshops on the Monday, and it's a very technical approach that they take, so somewhat different than our conference, but we're sister organizations and we work closely together. And if you come to Toronto for a few days, you'll really, I think, come away with some really hands-on learning experience. So that's my presentation, Madam Mayor. A lot of information shared. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. I love that Catherine McGarry made you slideshow.
Don't you love it?
Always, the two of you. Oh, when they were
Teammates.
ministers together. Oh,
Trouble.
yeah, instant trouble. Mr. Chair, I'll let you call on questions.
Questions for?
I guess, what is the opportunity for Boncha Valley?
Well, it's funny. I was going to say it was quite fortuitous that our road super came in
Yeah.
during the presentation, because I know that, widening roads can be expensive, and we need the buy-in from our roads crews and from our staff that are applying for grants. So we know that when we applied for Fourth Chute, one of the things that we put in the application was to widen the road for cycling. And that's why that grant application was given. So that's incredible. And I also know that at a county level, every road that we're doing at the county, we're extending. I mean, I don't know if anybody's been on Highway 512 lately, but it's substantially wider than it was. And now that the white lines are painted, you can see that there is room, although not perhaps a legal, what are they?
1 meter.
Active transportation lane. They are suitable for cycling. And I think that every time you do a bit of road, if you're including that in all we're doing, number one, we're extending the life of the road, right?
Yes.
Best practices, you're not having transport trucks tear up the sides, but you're also giving an opportunity. And we know with the Tour de Bonachère and with our Thursday evening cycling clubs, I mean, you know better than we do, Eleanor, that we are a heavy duty cycling community.
Oh my goodness, Mayor. I miss it just thinking back to those rides I used to do with Greg. I mean, literally 3 hours on a bike and not a car in sight. And that sounds like a funny thing to say, except that when you're on a bike, it's so bucolic, so beautiful. The rolling hills, down Barry's Bay way. Goodness, I just was on a call yesterday with Ontario Cycling. They're holding a big event there near Lake Kaminesque. It won't surprise you. The hills are enormous. Greg used to do those with a bunch of guys from the detachment. I wasn't quite as bold to do those, Mayor. I was more, Eganville's more my style, and going out the Chute Road where the falls are, and that area is absolutely beautiful. But if you come to the Bike Summit, and even if you don't, it's worth a look. RTO9. So the Regional Tourism Authority, not very far from you, is signed on with Destination Canada, Mayor, to develop an interprovincial cycling route. Because cycling brings the economy $800 million in Quebec is tied to the cycling economy there. And a good deal of that is tourism.
So is that Odo? Ontario Highlands?
maybe, I would,
I
I'm
think
not
that
sure
is our RTO.
at your RTO.
Yeah.
You would have a DMO, which is a local or a marketing organization, and then your regional tourism organization that would probably include the Upper Ottawa Valley Mayor. I'm just guessing. I should know
Yeah.
that. I was tourism minister.
No, it's the Ottawa Valley Tourist Association is our local, and then Odo is our RTO.
There you go.
So,
And,
yeah.
you know, I know
And
that.
they put out, they
Mhm.
put out those cycling maps as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But getting people to come to your municipality and the local area to spend money, heads in beds, you have beautiful restaurants and the views are gorgeous, and starting to market yourself, you have really low volume roads in your area. And so that's the beauty of them, first of all. Second, when you pave a shoulder, which a number of municipalities are doing, as you may know, Madam Mayor, just to cut down on the cost of maintenance. Up front, if you think about your driveway, I like to say to people who may not work in municipal government like all of you and not be as alive to this concept, but I would never put gravel in my driveway. I live in an urbanized environment, mind you. But in my cottage, I have a gravel driveway, but it does wear off over time, right? That gravel tends to dissipate and disappear. Also on the road, it's not as safe because the truckers like a paved shoulder, because if you're going to lose control of your vehicle and you hit that gravel, you know, you're kind of in trouble. And so it's good for cycling and walking and livability. It's also good for, you know, trucks and agricultural vehicles to have that shoulder paved. And there's all kinds of studies. Grey County did a great one around paved shoulders and the cost of the life cycle of the road. You mentioned this earlier, Mayor. It's a good investment on balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meredith.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of the things that you both touched upon, but I'll just drill on one of them and then I have a question, which is when we did do Fourth Street, which is the road that I live on, you know, 10 years ago, whatever it was, we intentionally tried to widen it because like it is a through fare and it wasn't walkable, it wasn't very bikeable.
No.
And we were able to do that. And then once we had done that, we now have the Tour de Bonchère that uses that as its route. And we have the Active Living, the weekly riding group that uses that as its route. And then they end up in town and they all go for drinks or dinner. And so, you know, not only is it social, it's preventative health and it's also tourism because it's bringing people to the area. And I think the more that we can do that, the better. But the pieces that really struck me as well is just that education piece. And a lot of kids don't ride bikes here the way that they do in cities, like they do in the villages, but not necessarily because it's less safe to do so. And so I think like teaching those road skills is really important. And so my question to you is in terms of the summit, I would think that it would be very beneficial, just given the amount of cycling that we have here with adults and with tourism, and looking at the next generation as well. Who, in terms of the staff that you say go, like which positions generally would go from municipal staff?
That's a great question.
Because I think if we want to send somebody, we want to send the right people.
Keeping in mind, we do have a council meeting that September 22nd, which we would have to move, but we're happy to move it. So yeah, maybe you could answer the question. I think that's a great question there.
Yeah, certainly. I know it's confusing.
Mayor.
Mayor. Yes, so that's a really great question. So it really does depend on the size of the municipality. You know, Ottawa is sending a raft of staff. Certainly they're presenting on a couple of panels because Ottawa's pretty spectacularly suited to cycling and they've done a great job. If you look at a municipality like Collingwood, a bit bigger than Bonachir Valley, but nonetheless, they send, let me back up, Meredith, because it's a great question. You would be looking at, so Collingwood, for example, have staff that do multiple tasks. So they would have somebody in the Public Works Department who's likely the person I'm thinking they're going to send, who does a number of things, including active transportation. So she is the staff person that looks after the cycling master plan. They also have consultants in Collingwood, because they're a smaller municipality with a smaller staff. They just got designated silver, by the way. They're doing really well on the cycling front because they've exploited their shoulder season tourism opportunity in Collingwood as well. But they're a smaller municipality, they're a town, and so they're sending someone whose core responsibility isn't cycling, but yet has cycling built into their responsibility. So it could be someone from your transportation or roads area, it could be somebody from Public Works. These are the options. You could send somebody who maybe has a little bit of tourism background that wants to attend, that thinks of the opportunities for you through that lens.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
What if we sent somebody more community development, that could bother our road super every time he goes to do a road to make sure, actually, I tease, but I think, Jason, you and your predecessor, Bill Kennedy, I think that when council has said, let's widen that road, there's been no batting of an eyelash, right? I think you recognize, again, everybody has said it as a best practice to lengthen the longevity of the sides of the road. I think the active transportation portion of it is just, icing on the cake, where we are seeing far more cyclists on your road.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not gonna see less cars either.
No.
No, no.
Even on my road, I am shocked at how many cyclists there are daily, not just.
Oh,
for
yeah.
big-
It's,
Yeah.
well, it's
I find it
beautiful
sad also.
where you
So I
guys
just-
live. It's just beautiful. Like I as someone who lives in the city now, like I honestly can tell you, it's so stunning where you are. And were you to think about starting to market Eganville and the Bonnechere Valley in ways that you may not be doing now, and sit down with your RTO and look at ways for you to attract more events, more tours, more opportunity for heads and beds and spending in your restaurants. I mean, it's just purpose made for cycling where you are. I mean, I think that the Laurentians and the marketing there are a powerhouse, area for tourism, no question. But they started in a different place, and they have not dissimilar topography to you. So I think you've got a hidden gem. When Greg and I moved to Bonnechere Valley and we started riding around, we're like, where are we? This place is so stunning. It's so beautiful. I mean, you're like a hidden gem, Mayor. Maybe you want to stay hidden, but honestly, you're like a gem.
You always have a guest bedroom at my house, though, you know that.
Oh, thank you. I love it.
I think the other thing I'm going to do with this is I'm gonna bump it up to OVTA at county to see if they want to send one of our amazing staff, because I think that there are tourist opportunities here for Bonnechere Valley, but knowing that we don't live in a silo, I think the entire county, you brought up Barry's Bay and then
Gosh,
talked about Petawawa and Arnprior. I think that there's an opportunity here for more than just us.
I'd just like to bring up another point that I think within the rural context is worth making. I think that we can, especially with social media, that our kids can particularly in rural context, can suffer from social isolation. And they get dropped off from a bus, and the only way to communicate with friends is by phones. And if the roads were safer and they could get on their bikes, like when it's not, covered in snow, they could go to a friend's house or a neighbor's house that they couldn't go to otherwise. So I think this is, there are many reasons and many ways why having those safe roads that are good for biking, helps in a myriad of ways. But that one really struck with me because it is an issue that's close to my heart, having grown up in the city, but then raising kids in the country, just knowing they get off the bus and then that's it for the rest of the day. So I think that would be something that we should also consider in the calculus.
I like the education piece too.
Yeah.
I mean, we always learned bike safety at school.
We did.
And we had Toronto police come, right?
Yep. Same. I grew up in Windsor, Mayor. Same. We had the Windsor police come, and we had Elmer the safety elephant. Now I'm showing my age.
Yes, we did. Yes.
I'm
that's
really
right.
showing my age. Yeah. we had all of that, and it was a real reminder, and there was a sense of community around that, where people looked after each other. And Meredith, to your point, honestly, this is kind of a funny story, but being the youngest of such a large family, my bike was my independence. So even though I grew up in a city in Windsor, I rode my bike everywhere, to school, to work, and my mother, mothers have that gift of knowing when their kids are fibbing, right? And my mother would say, now, dear, don't cross Huron Road. That was like my boundary, right? I was allowed to go up here, but it created a sense of opportunity and independence for me. And occasionally I would say, no, Mom, I won't. Meanwhile, goodness me, I would sometimes cross Huron Road because I had friends on the other side that I wanted to see. But, I think that sense of independence and really fostering in your children that ability to be outside and play and off their machines, boy, oh boy, what a gift that was. What a gift. What a gift.
Well, yeah, thank you so much.
So
And
welcome.
we will certainly discuss sending somebody to the conference in September. But definitely this is something I'm gonna bring to county as well.
And then also applying to be one of those communities,
Absolutely.
I think we should look into like, how far off are we and is it doable?
Well, we've got a beautiful cycling group that we
Yeah.
can talk to
You-
as well.
You-
We don't have a
absolutely.
lack of resources.
I just, when I met with the council from Montpelier, please forgive me, I am dreadful at names, do forgive me. They have a committee of council that is environment. They're looking at adding a cycling and active transport committee actually in Montpelier. But I met with a councilor there, lovely guy, and some of the members of the committee, and they are going to apply for the bike friendly program. So
Great.
if Montpelier can do it, you guys can too.
Yeah.
We can do it too.
And I'm a judge, don't tell anyone. So
Okay.
I'm a little biased towards Eagleville, I'm just saying.
Your secret is safe with us.
Always a pleasure to see everyone. Thank you so much.
We miss you.
Well,
We'll
it feels
talk
like
soon.
home. It feels like home. All my best, everybody. Stay well and stay safe and stay cool, eh?
You too. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Take care. Happy to follow up if you have any questions or info, okay?
Definitely.
Okay,
Okay.
take care, Meredith. Bye, Meredith.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Annette. Be well. Take care.
Well, pretty invigorating.
Mhm.
Oh, she's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
My personal vote is for tracks that get children around in safe routes
Mhm.
within our township and within our county. It's nice to have 150 people biking once a day on the Tour de Bon Cher,
Mhm.
but I think with numbers speak that children's routes would be a great project as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I would even think like, Annette, this might be something that you would go yourself, like if we're not sending, counselors, then you can kind of share with the different factions potentially. So if we need to move the meeting to
Oh,
accommodate
yeah,
it.
that's not an issue. I just looked it up because I thought, that sounds like the third week and that would be council. Yeah, no, but I also wonder if there are members of the public like that
Yeah.
cycling, that Thursday
Mike
night.
Mike Fitzmaurice. or
Yeah,
someone
I
else.
wonder if they'd like to go.
Bob Peltzer.
Yeah. All right. Food for thought. But it was 29 pages of, so she's got a lot in there that we
Mhm.
can unpack, but yeah, my lot to think about.
let's do. All right. Moving along, we'll move to Jason Soers' report, Public Works. The snow's gone, he's a busy man.
So we've gotten the maintenance gravel applied to the roads. We're just waiting for the stockpile to come in whenever the company gets a chance. The winter sand's been put into Plymouth.
Can I tell you how sad that makes me? Like we spend all summer
Yeah.
getting ready for winter. It's like at our farm, we've gotta get hay in, we've gotta get wood in. It's like, we just ended winter.
You gotta think like a beaver.
It's true.
Plus the nice picture of our new steamer
Very nice.
waiting for winter.
Yeah,
We've also.
What a steamer is, I'm gonna just
Okay, so
admit.
it's like a big hot water tank.
And what does it do though?
So we put water in it and it's propane fired.
Yeah,
The water goes through, it's a big drum with tubes in it, makes steam. And then we go to the culverts that are frozen and we can steam the culverts. out.
okay, good. Thanks for sharing. I think like if I didn't know, there's probably lots of people that don't know, or maybe.
Sure.
I'm sad at the things
No,
I know about the.
She's saying yes, you're saying no. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it might be.
We've had our 2 Generacs installed at the
Fantastic.
garage. so
Yeah,
That's good.
that is very
Mhm.
important. I just even think about the storm chasers that are talking about the weather that's coming later on today or potentially. And, you know, it's, I don't think I ever thought about generators so much as I think about them now. So that's it, yeah.
We've had our second summer student start. So that's been a big help. The equipment operator labor position, we did some interviews and the gentleman started on Monday,
Oh, great.
so that's been filled. The Sand Road site will be closed on August 3rd. The tenders for the John Street rehab project will be, deadline is July 21st.
Okay, so we're going to have a special meeting on July 29th to approve. And then they can tear up John Street. Joseph. I don't know who did the waste bylaw, but can I thank
Mhm.
whomever was involved for making it so much clearer? I did not realize how many double negatives were in that bylaw. Like, no, we don't need, this is not, no.
This is.
This is. It's so much cleaner and I really appreciate the bold and strikeout. Bold and strikeout's my favorite thing. So I don't know who did it. If it was you and Annette, you and I thank you, Dana,
Yeah.
whomever. It's so much cleaner.
Annette's smiling, so.
There was Dana.
Okay,
Okay.
I literally want to mail it to everybody in the township. So that I don't get phone calls about waste sites and what's allowed.
Dana did a great job.
Well, thank you, Dana. I don't know if you're watching, but it's so much cleaner.
We'll bring it back August 11th.
Perfect. Done.
So
Like it's, yeah.
Very good.
I'm not sure that I actually ever read it the way I read it with the bold and, you know, I think that you can read them and you sort of go, it's fine. Until you see it revised. Yeah.
And it's good. We could apply some of those principles to our minutes, perhaps, make them easier to read. However,
It was the double negatives, the amount of double negatives that were in it that, yeah.
thank you very much.
Good day, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Jason.
much.
Cheers.
And Jason, you're good with where the light posts are. And all the plow operators have been, okay.
Up to bat, Kevin McGrath. Recreation and culture.
Good afternoon, everyone.
New ground.
How's grandpa?
Very well. No, it's good, good change, nice.
Well, he even grew like up to Canada Day. I can't imagine what he looks like.
Yeah,
now.
no, he's definitely gaining, so that's what you ask, that's all you want.
Well, even the word for grandfather, the word a good change means something different now.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, for the arena Canada Day celebrations. Very successful. The day was a good day. The end was unpredictable, but that's the way it is. That's what we do about that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had nothing to do with, yeah,
And it would have been the same for fireworks too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's happened before.
yeah.
Yeah. The community resource, is hosting a day camp in August on the ice surface.
Nice.
They're coming back in. Work continues with in the back room, so, and the children,
As long as it's ready for winter.
yes, that's right. Canada Day, the Rotary Breakfast, phenomenal. I think they gave me a number, about 300 people came through
Wow.
the door that day, so it was like real good turnout.
It was packed and delicious.
Yeah. Authors Festival every Monday night in the month of July upstairs. Rotary Beach swim program. I think they were good, real good turnout, and the public beaches get lots of use with this.
No kidding.
With this. Yeah. Just maintenance basically down there.
I'm glad you're painting the sign.
Yes.
It's sad.
Yeah, so we got the framework painted, we still got to paint Rotary yet, but the framework's done. Tourist information booth, traffic is like not the foot traffic, there's lots, it's picking up on the weekends.
One of the thing, now talking again about the OVTA, do we keep track of where people are from?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a book, as soon as it comes out the door.
I mean, I don't want the staff to put people under hot lights. Where do you live? I just mean that.
No, they usually sign where they're from and what's the reason to stop in or why you're here.
Why are you here?
You just gave me an idea, reminded me of something that I've seen. I was in BC, I think it's called Parkland or Parkdale or someplace right on the, anyways. We were there and we went into their tourist area and they have this big map of the world and people put pins where they're from.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so you could have that in the tourist and like you could keep it going forever or like as a yearly thing, but it's a really cool, neat thing to see where other people.
We do have that.
You have that?
Oh, you do?
Yes.
I guess we haven't been into the tourist booth. We're not tourists.
I knew that. Of course, they already have that.
We have that.
What are you
I was
talking
just
about?
saying other people should do that. That's amazing that you do that.
It's a great.
When
We were
Kelsey-
just keeping it wrong.
Oh, no, that's a riot. Okay, yeah.
Good. Great, you're ahead of us.
Drill Tracy Park, it's gonna park starting, has started on Wednesdays and Fridays. And, it's a good attend, like it's early, it all depends on the weather, like, it's, but,
Yeah, well, and I mean, the heat is well as the rain, but maybe now's the time for you to ask your question.
Yes, now.
Do it.
Just a kind of creative idea like the map is to paint hopscotch squares. Game
okay.
Where?
throughout the park or other areas
So-
in
Yeah.
the town.
Tracy
Yeah.
reached out about doing them on the sidewalks. But much like when we were talking about the veterans crosswalk, one of the challenges is we're going to destroy things with the sidewalk machine and the plowing. So when Tracy reached out, because I think it's a brilliant
Yeah.
idea and it's very funny and very cheeky. I said, what do you think of doing it more like on the walkway at Gerald Tracy Park or, somewhere in Legion or
Yeah.
Rotary? So, yeah, but I think it's very funny.
It's just a fun idea and it would be, I can just visualize people going up to it, but maybe older demographics, I don't know. 'cause
Oh,
we-
I would be
Yeah.
hopscotching my way all
Yeah.
over that park.
Yeah.
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 I'm a child.
So.
Of the 70s.
Hopscotching, yes, dancing, no.
Oh,
Thank you.
too
Something
soon, John.
permanent painted.
Too soon. It's been 2.5 years.
I
since
love
you
the
did it.
idea.
Yeah,
I know, right?
So simple.
Yeah.
It's so
it's
simple.
good.
Yeah.
yeah, so it'd be maybe.
Just
Low
Another
the,
time to come up with
tech,
ideas on where it would.
yeah. But when you sent it, the video was
Yeah.
very funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just going back to that map thing for 1 second though, I would say it might be a neat thing on social media to like have the staff person like take a snapshot of the week. Say like, look where people came to visit.
Oh, yeah.
Those kinds of things are good at getting
Yes, you-
engagement. So,
Yeah.
it's good for data.
That's actually not a
analytics,
bad-
You know,
Just to say, oh, look, we had people here
Visitors.
from Brussels and
Yeah,
Japan and.
But you never know when you might need it. Like when I did the fund application, I gathered information from Chris Hinsberger on who visited the caves.
yeah.
That fed into the funding application.
Yeah.
So
I
you
did
never
not
know when
know
you
that.
could use something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And now we all know it's in the tourism.
But also when we
Did
want
you
people,
know? Oh, yeah, oh, Gerald's on it.
when we want people to like be engaged and see like other things that we put on social media, by having them engage with it just on other fun things helps the algorithms.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
just looking for things that, you know, that would get people, pique
And
people's
people,
interest.
and people doing hopscotch.
Yeah, and people doing
Right.
hopscotch. Who was doing hopscotch in the park today?
I think right in front of the LCBO, but I don't think it'll be allowed.
Cause they do have a sidewalk.
Yeah, yeah,
And then scotch.
that's true.
Oh. That was so quick.
Not bourbon, but they have scotch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good.
We have totally derailed Kevin
Yeah.
McGrath.
I'm sorry.
It's all fun and games, right?
Legion Field, just basically maintenance, ball is, tonight's their last one game tonight, and tonight's the end of the ball, the, competitive league is still doing practices, Opeonga soccer is going into August. The car show is July 25th, Legion Field, Hudson. And the canteen is open, you can see the numbers there, so.
I think that we have to let it just, you said, well, you'll keep tracking. I think you gotta let it ride out, Kevin. People have to learn that it's open and there, and then we can add games, and I still owe you the cornhole. But I think that I think it's gotta gain some traction because it's been closed for so long. That people have to get used to having that asset at the park.
And again, like taking pictures and saying, putting them online, saying, here's, so and so, they're working from this time to this
Yeah,
time.
the canteen ambassador.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because when people, like, if people who are just there might go, but if we drive people there too. And
yeah.
also with the
Splash pad.
escape room,
Oh, yeah, the escape room too, that's right.
like.
When are we gonna do that, by the way?
Maybe the 29th. We have to, when we're in for a meeting.
Okay, we have to talk about the 29th as well, like the.
August 29th?
Yeah.
Or, yeah,
No, July.
July 29th.
In fact, it
No, August 29th is exciting.
Yeah,
could be that date, maybe. Do the escape room.
well,
Okay, maybe.
I may not be here. But we'll see.
August or July?
July.
August 29th is the Amazing Race and the potential to have the drone show that night.
Yeah,
But then I asked about the drone show being on the long week. I thought the 29th was the long weekend. No,
it's
it's
not.
not. Labor Day weekend is late this year.
Yeah.
So that would be a lot of fun to have the Amazing Race and then the drone show. Anyway, sorry. Again, not your report,
Pardon me?
not your report,
We're getting off topic.
He's used to it.
Yeah.
because we're excited.
McCray Park, maintenance, we did some brushing there with the works department, Jason, and that's, we put that, the village, maintenance, the Bone Share Inspired banner, we put it up this morning, on the bridge. Foymount, this maintenance, and I took a picture of the flower garden up there before. and
Very
after.
nice.
So, anyways, the students did a very good job of weeding and maintaining it.
That was a lot of weeds.
There, yeah.
I liked the before.
It's an amazing picture, yes.
Yeah.
The picture where you couldn't see the student for the weeds.
Anyways, that's it's all my report. Any questions from council?
I don't have any, but after Kevin's done, can we take a quick break?
Yes. I'm just saying that the staff you've hired that are very happy and smiley, I think. They waited when you wave at them, and it's a good crew.
That's,
They're an asset.
it's, they're a good crew to have. They're great to work with.
All right.
I just wanted to make one comment about, first of all, it's lovely to see the fountain going.
I know,
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah, and number one, and number two, the flowers across the,
Oh,
just gorgeous. They look so beautiful and I know how hard it is to keep them alive during these heat waves, so I commend, please pass along to the staff that have been doing that job. Mine at home have not fared as well. So, congratulations on that, because they're so beautiful and it's nice to see them thriving.
and who chose the color palette?
Was it the
nursery?
horticulture?
Was that the horticultural?
Timber garden, say,
They are spectacular this year.
Yeah.
Really look good.
Like, yeah. Thank you. Very good.
Good
Okay.
time to end, and thank you to Trish and the warriors from the Horticultural Society. Make our
Absolutely.
town even more beautiful than Ms. McMahon thought it is.
100%. Yeah.
Shall we take a short break?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
And we're live.
Now, we're looking for Daryl Wagner.
Yeah.
I'll take the check.
I should have grabbed him when I thought he was on the phone.
Oh, you are on the phone.
Yeah, having to delay the drone show is gonna hopefully heighten the desire to see it.
Expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause there was a lot of chatter about it.
so disappointing.
It's coming.
But
These things.
they couldn't do the Saturday of the one weekend, so I reached out to see if they could do the Sunday, but now I think the 29th might be better because that's the Amazing Race Day,
Yeah,
right?
But a long weekend, but the Raising Races in the morning, people are gonna go home and be tired, or they're gonna wanna come back out in the
I think so.
evening.
But if they can't do it on the Sunday, it's of the long weekend.
If they can't, or
If
they can't.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, if they can't, then I think it's great, but if they,
I think Amazing Race Day might be nicer.
yeah, I just worry that people go home. It's, can be
But
quite
pick them
tired,
up.
yeah.
Maybe have music, maybe Gray Street Duo.
The other thing is we could do Amazing
Right.
Race later in the day,
so when that,
so that it ends with a barbecue in the
There you
evening,
go.
instead of doing it in the morning.
Yes, we are live. We've been live for a bit now.
Oh,
thank
Oh,
you.
right?
okay, well, you have to talk to the fire chief about that because he's doing the barbecue.
Okay,
Oh, to the Amazing Race from like 1 until
like 2,
2
Or
until
3.
5.
or
Oh,
even later, like 3 until, and then people eat.
you don't want to do it
Okay.
too late though. Okay, we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
No, but it's important because
It
the
actually
fire crew is
relevant.
involved in this.
And the drone show.
So the drones could fly by about 8:30 at night. Cause it's later in the year, cause Annette looked up sundown. So. But that still leaves people time to go home unless we have entertainment. I don't know.
Wait,
Rachel's putting out all the stuff.
Okay.
what day is it, Saturday?
Yeah,
Welcome back from our break. We'll carry on now with the fire and building report from Daryl Wagner.
So you have my fire report in front, so yeah, better month this year than last year. So
it's about time.
I saw 0. Is that still the case?
Hmm?
I saw 0 in the fire report for July. Was that still the case? I wasn't sure if it was just filed
this
early.
is June,
That's June.
Oh, that was June, sorry.
Yeah, July would be 0.
Yeah,
yeah,
Because it's on his July report.
they said this month and I was like, Back on.
first month of June from last year, so.
got it.
And then you can see the other calls we've had, hydro calls, alarm calls, all exist, so. And our numbers are
Much better, yeah.
kind of holding, but we do have, somebody has rejoined that was a former firefighter.
Yeah,
And then I received a call from somebody that's relocating to the area and they're fully certified, so they tell me. So when
fantastic.
they show up, they're gonna apply and go on from there, so.
And the former firefighter is very excited to be back,
Yes, he is. That's
which
what he
is
said.
lovely.
Yeah, so,
And I've got to tell you, your junior firefighter program, you know, they were out on, a whole bunch of them were out on Canada Day.
yeah,
And they just speak so highly of this, of the program and that they're so excited to become members of the department.
Mhm.
So kudos to you and your crew for making this a really good, experience for them.
that's what we're trying to do, and maybe steer them towards a career.
Yeah.
Or joining us, so,
Yeah.
whichever happens.
Whatever's good for them.
I know my son is very excited to do it. He had a course conflict in the evenings last time, so he's looking forward to it. And just hearing from other fire chiefs, like the amount of work that it goes into it, that this is something you don't have to do, but you're doing it to, keep the continuation of this going. It's like, you're going above and beyond, and I want to recognize that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Here.
So, Callie and group came in, last week or the week before, and they're doing a pilot project for cancer screening. And now they're starting an auto, but they want to encompass Renfrew County. It's very extensive. And right now, it does have to come out of pocket. So the price tag is $925. $925 to do it. They are
What, sorry?
For cancer screening.
Okay,
cancer screening, and it's an important thing to, to have done. It's voluntary. I've talked to
That was
her.
gonna be my question.
Yeah, and I said, it'd be nice if you go on. I said, it's just not budget for this year, and I know maybe when this is just a starting point. Maybe when it gets foothold, the province or the feds might pick it up.
And of course, we all have resolutions into the province for more funding, period.
Yeah.
I wish that we'd known about this when we sent that resolution, because this is something that's so
Yeah.
important and should be included, but certainly something I guarantee you this will be on everybody's lips at AMO, where we're talking about fire funding and I've got a Roma meeting on Friday of this week. And the list of people that did that resolution is about 2 pages, list of municipalities. So we're all in great need, but this is certainly something that should be part of it.
Yeah, they're trying to hold one up in Atomic Energy. And the list, what they said, I just got it the other day, the list of what they're doing is just, it's a mile long. It is a really deep dive.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, early action is key, right?
Absolutely, and it's a shame that we don't have the budget for it this year, but certainly something to bring forward.
And they offer a lot. I mean, if, that somebody's gonna get some
Bless you.
unpleasant news,
Yeah.
but they offer support. So it's not just, here's your testing, see ya.
Right.
So I also attended the town hall meeting, and the application for the next round of grants is opening up Thursday. So the province has given another 20 million, so that works out to 16.5 per hall. Active hall, so we have 2 active halls. So we are looking at, that's actually farther into my into the other further into my report, but we've got some irons in the fire. So we're looking at a hose washer, a
Yeah.
very good hose washer for decontamination, and as you'll see in the next part of my report about the trailer, so.
Why don't you just get Rob Wade to make one?
Trailer?
No, he can weld anything apparently.
Well,
He made the sprinkler.
yeah, well, he's up on base now. He moved. He's working up there, so,
Bummer.
yeah. He could probably still weld for us.
I was gonna say,
Rob Base?
what,
Did you say Rob Base?
Rob Wade,
Wait,
Oh.
yeah.
Reminded me of a song from that.
he made this metal tube that is a sprinkler to wash the undersides of the truck.
Mhm.
But on Canada Day, we were just using it as a sprinkler. It was very nice.
Yeah, it was, yeah, the kids loved it,
The,
and the adults, I got
the,
it,
the adults loved it.
yeah.
Once I was done with all photos and I didn't mind my mascara being down here, I walked through it a few times. It was lovely.
Yeah, it's just a nice little mess. It'll soak you if you stand in it.
It was more than a mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still lovely.
So, fire vehicles, so the association, I'm sure you've all read this, has approached, and they're willing to allocate some money. And to see if maybe the budget would kick in the rest. So this all started because they already found a truck, and then I talked to Annette about it, and she said, well, I gotta bring it to you guys. What's I told them? I said, so I don't know if that truck that they found was an OPP truck. And
On Gov Deals,
everything they wanted. And they'd already
of
talked,
course.
they already talked the gentleman down a little bit. So I don't imagine it's still available. If it is, it'll be a miracle. But all the list that they wanted is in here, was on that truck. And with all the records, maintenance records. Now I realize it's an old truck, and we're running into this now with our SUVs, that they are starting to become a little costly for maintenance. So we're trying to get up into 2020 range.
I was gonna say that those vehicles are 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get into like 5 or 6 years old. So if it doesn't happen this year, whenever they hold their boot toll again next year, then maybe they'll be able to allocate a little more. So I just have to talk to them and see and go from there. Because you can see why the truck is needed.
Yeah.
We do need a wildland vehicle and. We're taking our pumpers, especially the new ones. And the last one we had on Hoffman Road, we're taking them in places that it's really not advantageous. And also, we had to get some four-wheelers to go in and pull our personnel out, because it was a bit of a hike. So. And then with the trailer we're looking after the cancer grant. It's gonna double up as a decontamination. So everything that's decontaminated will go in on one side, the other side's a clean room. So, because, again, the hoses are going in the back of the rescue vans, and the carcinogens are floating around, and eventually it could lead to something. So we're just trying to see if, eliminate this altogether. Yeah.
Well, I think it's an amazing use of association dollars. I know how hard everybody works standing on the side of the road collecting that money. Let's be honest. The kids work the hardest rolling the change. You know it, I know it.
That they do.
It's not child labor, it's math skills.
Yes, yes.
No, I think it's a phenomenal, you know, you put on your signs that the money is for equipment, and if this is a necessary piece of equipment, I think it's wonderful. I hope that truck is still available on Gov Deals,
Well.
but they go so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a gentleman out of Toronto, I guess it's an auction. He went in and bought it, and then he's gonna auction it off, or he's going to, I mean, he's gonna sell it off, and. Yeah, we got on it quick, but then we had to pump the brakes. So-
Right,
Well, they got on it quick. So,
okay. So the 5,000 from the township, so basically what we paid for the two SUVs many years ago.
yeah, 2015 or 2016, I guess.
That sounds about right,
Yeah.
because they were already 5 or
Yeah.
6 years. Yeah, because they would be 15, 16 years
Yeah.
old now, right?
Yeah.
Do you have that in your budget?
Yeah, I could find it.
Okay,
Again, if it doesn't happen this year,
that,
then, you know,
I was just going on the premise that if you found something on Gov Deals
yeah,
and you needed to act fast,
I think I could swing
do
it.
you have it in
Yeah.
your repairs and maintenance
Yeah.
or some,
I could swing it. somewhere,
Okay.
Yeah.
that? And if not, then something to be budgeted for next year.
Next year.
All right,
Yeah, the SUV, like the Expedition. Yeah, it's starting to, you can almost be like a Fred Flintstone vehicle.
okay, let's not have that.
No.
And the day that I came around the corner and the Explorer was, I thought that you had crashed it. But it was the steering that had gone.
Right,
Yeah. It might be time.
yeah.
I think we got our money's worth out of them for
Yeah.
$2,500 each.
Mhm.
Yes. So I am limiting what I'm doing with the one I'm driving.
Okay,
I mean, the motor still runs good. It's been pretty much brought up, you know, it should get me through a couple more years, and then we'll have to just re-examine it at that.
okay.
Sometime, okay?
Would make a nice retirement gift for a chief.
I guess I'm staying on.
And here you go. Here's your 1998.
That's a push it home.
And don't steer. Don't go around any corners.
Oh, we got that fixed. I was able to secure a used.
Use that.
I knew it, you used one,
Yes, that's good.
So we'll move on to building. It was a fairly busy month in June.
Yeah,
Values weren't that high because it was a lot of smaller stuff, and I've been noticing a trend that a lot of people are doing their own work, which might make it more challenging for me. Because they're giving me drawings, and so I have to work with them to bring it up to what I wanna see, and I keep telling them, like, I'm gonna be more critical. If you bring me in a drawing and it's not what I'm used to, so, but I'm working with them. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah, I think the cost of building is just so astronomical that anyone who can do it themselves is
Yeah.
trying to do that.
Yeah.
So thank you for working with them.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I think looks like it might be starting to, it might hit the top and it's starting to bottom a little bit, they're gonna come down, but I don't know how fast. So,
okay. Yeah, but you had a lot of permits. That's what I was
Yeah,
noticing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and this month it's just, again, usually when I say something like, oh, the box is empty, then it fills up.
Mhm.
That's all. I have.
So back to the Amazing Race, would it be problematic if we decided to do a supper time barbecue instead of a 1 o'clock barbecue?
No,
Okay.
so
So,
still on the Saturday, correct?
yeah,
So Saturday.
And that would be to facilitate, organizing the drone show as a
So-
follow-up.
so right now, the Amazing Race starts at whatever it is, 9 or 9:30 in the morning and goes until 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then everybody goes home. But if we're gonna do the drones, say the drone show's at 8:30, so let's work backwards. If we had some music entertainment at the arena, if we,
Barbecue and then music from 6 to 8.
8:30, yeah.
30.
Might have to get
Then
a
if we
bit-
started the Amazing Race at say 2, then you come back, say 5:30, 5:30-ish for the barbecue.
Oh, you're thinking people go home and come back?
No,
they
it's
stay.
today.
Yeah,
I just don't want it too late in the afternoon.
but also it'd be a bit cooler and probably better too, like. As long as it's not in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it is the end of August though, too.
Mhm.
I don't know, what do you guys think?
Because as long as there's not too much time in between each thing.
That's the
Because, yeah,
challenge.
those people.
Okay,
But I think if people know they're coming for, there's like, it's ending with the drone show.
right, if you're coming, you're doing the Amazing Race, you're having a barbecue, you're staying for a little bit of music, and then the drone show.
And I have an idea then, anyone who participates in the Amazing Race can get like the free barbecue. But then other people can come and pay for a barbecue, we could do a community. If you can handle it,
What time does the Amazing Race start?
Well, that's
That's what
what,
we're trying to
that's what we
figure out.
gotta figure out.
So I would stretch that out if it was getting closer to the barbecue, so it's compacted.
yeah,
So if we started the Amazing Race at 2
Or
and at
2.
5:30.
if people arrive at 2 to 2:30, it starts at 3.
Is that
3,
enough
4,
time?
5. 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Then the barbecues at 6. It could do 2:30 to 5:30, and we're doing things barbecue
Yeah.
starts, like we're getting people.
So
to
have
come in.
people come for 2 o'clock, check in, race starts at 2:30.
Yeah,
How long
2:30 to
has- how long has it
5:30.
taken in the past, this race?
I need Rachel for this question.
It's 3 hours usually.
Was it 3 hours?
But then there's, or was it 2? I think we have to
I-
just check that out.
Yeah, we need Rachel for this. But if it doesn't matter to you, then I like this idea better that we do it in the afternoon. If you and your crew are okay with that.
Well, I just sent it out to the crew. I don't know how many crew I'm gonna have yet.
Okay.
So,
You might be a one-man burger and dog
But
flipper.
we can also, I mean, I think I would help and other council probably would help as needed making burgers and stuff, so.
As somebody who has never barbecued in all of my life,
I can't
I'm
believe
right.
that's true.
Jen, I'm
Never.
with you.
I have never barbecued in my life.
If you,
You do not want me on the barbecue.
you can do buns.
It's very-
And.
It's very much like the coffee I made today here at the office, which can now duplicate as tar for the driveway.
But I do think it's a nice idea if we're doing the drone show, that people who are coming out, if there's a barbecue happening.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
have like
That's-
community barbecue and drone show that it kind of goes together.
Yeah.
And then we
just
can
the
have some
timing of
music.
it.
But then you have a few musical people in between and then you're ready for your
And we'll
drum.
have an idea, cause you have to register
Yeah,
prior to. for the Amazing Race.
Exactly.
So we'll have an idea of how many free, so like, if, if we have 50 people registered, I'm probably, who knows?
yeah,
Then we know we have to have, 50 burgers and 50 hot dogs and 50 drinks. And then there's gonna be other people who are gonna buy those.
yeah,
Not everybody's gonna get a burger and a hot dog and a drink.
Right.
But at least we have an idea of numbers.
exactly.
So, so that we know approximately how many we have to get, whereas if we get 25 people registered, well, then, we know we only
Yeah.
need to get so many, so
Okay.
we'll have an idea of it, and I can help you on.
yeah, I'm just thinking about the size of the barbecue we're gonna eat.
Yeah,
Or a couple of
One
them.
of those
well, I think
pits.
we might
Yeah.
need two. Yeah, we might need two, so are you bringing your own personal barbecue?
I
or
don't
are you bringing-
have one anymore, get rid of it. I think.
At the school,
Yeah,
we should ask, I think, whether it's what Karen or Karen Fleury might know, or they have like a big one that they use for their fun fairs and other things. That they
Oh.
get from somewhere, so,
Is it one of those, Blackstones?
no, it's just a big one of
I know
those.
something about- Okay,
Let's look into that.
but it's, okay, we don't need to know the timing of.
But I
the
think
Yeah.
between 2 and 3 start,
Okay.
should be fine.
But we
We'll figure
have we
that out.
decided though that we'd rather do this in the evening than the barbecue in the evening rather than lunchtime. We're all good with that?
Cause people will be there then for the drums.
Yeah.
Right?
Right,
So you already know you have a built-in crew,
Right.
prep, right? And it's also kind of a fun way to end the Amazing Race too. We can add in some things from
I'm
that.
just concerned of the timing of the Amazing Race, you can
That's-
have it later at 4 o'clock or something,
No.
because when time does it get dark at?
hang on.
It will get dark at about 8 o'clock.
Is it 8? Okay, it's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, so if people are eating at 6.
Yeah.
And then there's some music.
I know, it's just
7
the
to
hanging
8.
around in the lull period before the drums.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think we should be, like 2:30 seems a little early to me, like, but at the same time. 6, there's, after people come and you need to do things, and then there's, you
Yeah.
know, who won the awards and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So that's all happening from that,
I think
Period.
3 hours. 'Cause
5:30.
2 hours for the amazing, like 2 hours for the amazing
4:30.
race. And then,
3:30.
an hour for the announcements. You probably only need half an hour for the announcements, and then
Yeah.
half an hour maybe for the.
I'm thinking of young kids too, and
but that,
having, you know, parented 3, it's like,
Yeah,
keeping
yeah.
them entertained and focused,
Mhm.
and so that you can stay at the event.
there's usually not too many young.
And we can bring some of the games too, like we can
Mhm.
bring the Connect Four, we can bring the
That's a
cornhole,
good idea.
bring, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, so that if we're.
Even for other
As long
people
as
to
kids-
come out.
If we're
Yeah.
looking at Rotary Beach, then the amazing race ends, you can swim at the beach, there's a park at the beach, we'll have a couple games at the beach, the barbecue, the music, yeah, it won't be too.
Okay,
Or Legion.
so instead of, do you wanna start at Legion and end at Rotary? Okay, so I'm gonna let Rachel know
It
that.
might be confusing for people. Maybe the start and end place should be the same.
Do it at Rotary as opposed to Legion.
You're doing the drone show at the Rotary.
At Rotary,
You
Does
saw
it have
that
to
with
be
Santa
already?
Claus and Mrs.
Or was
Claus.
it just there?
Yeah.
That's,
The drone show has to
The
be.
drone
at
show
Rotary,
has to
the
be.
rest
Okay.
doesn't have to be.
it can't be at Legion Field?
No.
Okay, so then do both.
Keep it simple.
All Rotary.
Yeah.
okay. Rachel is gonna beat me with my shoe. In 2018, check-in was at 9:30 and the barbecue was at 1. The race began at 10:30, but I think we let them move early. Cause we had everybody checked in.
Well, let's do a half hour for check-in
Okay, so
instead of an hour.
Yes, that's 3 to 6.
so
So that people can come between 2:30.
Sounds like there's a hamster on
Hanging on to
there are
something.
lots in here, thanks.
Oh,
Okay,
hearing
The
it?
registration
Okay.
at 2:30,
I need to
race
get
is at
this.
3,
How do you like it?
barbecue's at 6.
Yeah,
I think that works.
too many years of just protecting when I didn't.
Race, 3,
Loud music. for the end.
BBQ, at 6.
Music, 7
At
days,
least now, you know, I get on my watch. It's
And then
loud
8 o'clock.
noise. Turn it down.
around 8 o'clock drone show, like, just cause the sun sets at 8, they might have to go at 8:20, but.
Okay.
And we'll bring games at Rotary Beach, like the cornhole and Connect Four and stuff, like, just. Something for people to do, well, you're right, well, reading,
Yeah, is there someone that has an ice cream truck or anything like that?
not that I know of.
Not really.
Tracy used to have one.
She sold it. Okay, as long as you're okay with that, that's great.
We can have freezies too with the barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl and I'll
Something full of
coordinate
sugar.
barbecue somehow.
Okay, that works. Thank you. I know that this isn't really part of your, but it is because we pulled you into it. And then kind of just went,
That's fine, it doesn't, lunch, supper, you know, 1 for you, 2 for me. I have to eat too, so.
okay, that's great. Thank you, Daryl.
Okay.
Question that I have, and I know this is like, are there many vegetarians here? Do we need to have a few vegetarian burgers?
That I don't know.
I think it
I've never
probably,
been asked.
I think probably just having some, like,
I would think so.
I have some, yeah, I
Those Beyond Meat burgers,
Yeah, or Costco, they sell a thing of them, like I could always just go pick some up if I'm in Costco and have them on hand.
Okay.
Cause I think,
I've had ones before, they're not terrible.
no, there's some good ones actually, like the bean
Some of them are
ones.
like sawdust.
Yeah,
The cottage cup with their beef burger.
oh yeah, we maybe even see if the cottage cup wants to, okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks. I think we had some gluten-free buns as well.
Really?
I think last time we had like some gluten-free buns and some vegetarian.
So long ago.
I know, but I remember the person in particular.
I think some people want vegetarian. for sure.
Yeah,
Some people actually just prefer it and they're not even vegetarian.
Yeah, yeah.
They just prefer, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Gracious, I did it.
thunderstorm watching.
Yeah,
Yeah. it's nice.
for 5.
Oh, great.
So
So I'm driving.
I believe it's time for CAO report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I've been working with, Brentford County clerks and treasurers, on this municipal administration program diploma. So we're on unit 3 now. There's 4 units to it and, we have a pretty good turnout. I think we have 22 participants now. And we have a cap at 25. So that's going well with, different, municipal employees across the county. Like we've got bylaw, we've got fire, we've got long-term care people.
Wow.
We've got communications people, clerks people, public works people. So it's really a good cross-section of the sector that are coming out and sort of learning how municipal governments and how it works, the administration of it. So that's always helpful to have some sort of information of administration and levels of government and policy and budget and all that kind of stuff. So moving forward with that again. Also working with Elections Ontario, so I did get our ad hoc voters list and how to look through it. It looked pretty good to me. A lot of other municipalities were having issues with their school support being listed because Elections Ontario looks after the voters list, but MVAC's looking after the school support. Anyway, all of our registrants on there. The school support was listed, whether it's the right school support, I can't tell you. You could have double checked that with MPAC as of June 1st. We had that link on our Facebook, our website, everywhere we posted it. But if you missed the June 1st date, you can still do it, but you have to go through a different way. So we just updated the website and Rachel put another post on Facebook to say like, now you have to go through a different channel if you want to update. Or, I mean, if you come the day of the election, it's possible all the trustees will be acclaimed and we won't have an election for trustees. But if you came the day of, there's still a form you can fill out. So not to worry about that.
But there must be a ton of municipalities that have a problem with their voters list because it's on the docket for Friday for a Roma meeting.
Yeah, I really think
Like it's a big topic of conversation.
yeah, and it didn't look that bad to me. Like when I look at last year's and I look at not last year's, sorry, 4 years ago, and
It feels like just a
I know.
year ago.
It does feel like
I
a
know.
year ago.
and the current one, but I mean, we have tried to put it out there to say, double check, make sure you're on the list, make sure you're registered. So hopefully people are checking it and making any corrections that need to be done. And we'll still have another round where we have the preliminary and we still, go through it and vet it one more time before the final comes out. But working with them for that. Also, we mentioned earlier this special meeting, so July 29th, in order to get the tenders that are gonna come in for John Street approved, so we can get that moving in August, because if we wait till August 11th, then we're probably not getting started till September. So originally just proposing it at our regular meeting time at 1:30, but actually because there's now a meeting in the afternoon for something else, if we could move that to 9:30 in the morning, I'll send out an invite and agenda and stuff. And it really will just be the report from our engineers. They will have scored it, Jason will have reviewed it, and there'll be a recommendation for which tender to go with. I think we've had 5 picked up, so that whether all 5 get returned, we won't know, but yeah.
So the meeting will be on Zoom or here.
Yes,
We don't need to be in person.
No, it
No,
doesn't,
okay.
it really shouldn't be too long of a meeting, so if people want to attend by Zoom, that should be fine. I'll have everything sent out as soon as I receive it, which will probably be the morning of the 29th, unfortunately, because I'm away. But anyway, if we get it earlier than that, I'll try and just at least send it out to you as earlier. The electric vehicles, so we did hear back from Apple. There was a couple changes that they made to the app, so now they're working on that. So unfortunately, it's not gonna get, I was hoping it would be up and running before I left for holidays, but it's not going to be, but we'll hopefully have it up and running by August. So we wanted it July 1st, you know, it's looking more like it's gonna be at the beginning of August, but we will get that organized. I have all the information in there, so literally it's just a matter of once it gets officially approved, boom, we can get it out there and people can download it and they can start to use it. And right now to drive the car, we just have to go in through the back door through the software of the app, so that can be arranged for ourselves and anybody who's given me. That's the other thing, is insurance changed as of July 1st, so if you didn't give me your information, then you're not on the list to be able to drive any vehicles, but we can get that from you at the time. So that's basically what we're waiting for on that. And that's also going to the other, because we signed an agreement with all 3 townships saying we were going to charge the same amount and doing it the same way. So that'll all be coming back and I'll report on the August 11th, hopefully on August 11th. What I'm saying is, yes, it's good to go. And we've had 5 people rent it already. And here's the good news about it and go from there.
Can we just discuss the price
Sure.
of it? One thing that I just wanted to share is, you know, in the city, my mother uses Wheel-Trans, and it's the same price for Wheel-Trans as it is just to take the TTC or any public transit, and it picks her up and it takes her where she needs to go for $2.75 or whatever the cost is. I think that given that we live in an area that, you know, people who need to use a car that they don't have themselves probably are already struggling with a lot of other bills. I'd love to see this as low as possible. I was doing some research just to see like how much do municipalities that actually have transit systems, how much do they spend? And usually they only get back in fares like 30 to 50%. So it's actually cost the municipalities money as opposed to making it. I would hope that in this case, like it would be great to break even, but even, you know, given that we got a grant for the car, we have to pay for insurance. It would be nice to kind of see like a breakdown and what $10 an hour if it was rented sort of used more regularly. I think comparing it to a car rental, like anyone who could afford a car rental would rent a car, and this needs to be sort of the more affordable option.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if the price was based on discussions with the other, and if there's room for maybe a discussion to say like, how low can we put the rate in a way that would, you know, because the other thing is you could have a base rate and then a distance. So if someone uses it, they just need to like move some things from one place to the next within the village or really close by, or they have a really big grocery that their shop that they need to do and their car is broken down and they're just going a short distance, then the base rate would work. But if they're going to a doctor's appointment in Arnprior and back, like the mileage should probably count for something. So I think there are different ways that we could consider doing this.
And this is not even funding 50% of it.
Okay.
So we are actually at quite a discount. With the rate that was discussed was $20 an hour, but we felt that was too high.
And then we felt
like
that
the
the 5 was too
The
low.
5 was too low, yeah.
Yeah.
Renting a car, you can rent a car, like if I go to Enterprise, I can rent a little car for $60 a day. If I want to rent a big SUV, it's $170 a day, $169. So our car's about middle of the road. So that's where we did like $10 an hour, but $60 for the day. So if you wanted it for 8 hours, you are getting it for less than that. But yeah, we're not even recovering, like it's $7 to charge it. And then there's insurance on top of it. And our insurance is like $9,300 a year, depending on how many users we have. This is like, yeah. So, I mean, if it gets a whole bunch of use, then maybe we can look at the price. But yeah,
But
it's,
I would just say this, like, the less expensive it is, the more use it's gonna get.
mhm.
Like, the more expensive it is, you know, sometimes people give away things for free until people start using it, and then they start
Yeah.
charging. So I think like it, you know, it's easier to start lower and make it a little higher as we see.
and that's why we went from the 20 to the 10.
Yeah,
Currently
I-
is that though, it's $10, right?
I know, but to
Yeah.
take to take the subway in the city is $2.75. Like, this is a ride share-esque type program. This is like I don't know if it's, we're not in the car rental business.
We have
That's-
to make sure
that
we
is what
cover
it is.
ourselves too, though. I mean,
It is a
Not
car
that-
rental, but it's a form of ride share. It's a form of like active public transportation because we're a
That is it.
municipality.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it from a public transportation policy lens as opposed to like we're in the car
And
rental
it's the
business.
same price as like the Echo Center would charge. So, you know, they are going to charge for, and that's for the driver,
Yeah.
if they're gonna charge.
That's a
mileage
volunteer
to-
driver or paid?
Volunteer
That's
driver,
volunteer
Yeah.
but
driver.
so, well, it's a volunteer driver, but they pay them mileage, right? So
Yeah.
if they're gonna take a car for 4 hours to go to Pembroke and back, and of course shop and stuff in between, they're charging $40. So that's $10 an hour. So and they're not for profit.
Okay, that's
So
good
I-
comparison.
That we try to keep it as, yeah, like you said, I would love $5, but it's not realistic. It's not, we're gonna be covering then 80% of the cost. And I think that's not really fair to the rest of the residents. And that's sort of the typical, like, you're still saving money than from any other organization around, just because there's not transit. But yeah, we want to keep it as low as possible, and that is.
When we first got this grant, and
Yeah.
we discussed the sort of the lay of the land and how we were going to administrate this, we did say $5.
Mhm.
And then you start to realize
Yeah.
that there are other things like insurance that we did not expect.
And
to be-
cleaning the car, and like, we're not sure where the costs are gonna go, and that's why, like, I know the other municipalities were really pushing for 20. Anyway, we agreed to 10 to start, because I said, you don't know where this is gonna go and where the costs are gonna go. Maybe it's too low, but I mean, I think once I knew that's what the Echo Center was sort of,
Yeah.
well, that sounds reasonable to me then.
It does, given what they're charging for that. I just do think though that I was looking at some other like Innisfil and other townships of our size and what do they do and what do they charge? And some of them there's like a base rate plus a mileage. And
Mhm.
so if you go within the township limits.
Yeah.
Then, you know, it's just the base rate. If you go outside of the township limits, then there's additional. So I think like it's something to consider if this is what's been agreed upon with others. The other thing is like, if we're talking about public transportation, like potentially a rate for seniors and a rate for like, I don't know that we could even rent it to students. So, but like an unemployed and seniors rate, and then a rate for employed adults.
I think my challenge with that is administrating this.
Yeah.
We
That's
already
right.
were concerned about the cost of administration and not wanting to put a staff member on it, which is just added cost.
I don't think you have to, like, there's lots of apps where you have to
I'm
show
just
your
gonna
rate.
ask, will this app allow you to do that?
Yeah,
So I think, right now, because it's sort of what's been agreed to, that we start the program, see how it goes. Because if we get a lot more interest, if we are not able to charge it plugged in like every other day, and instead we've got to use the fast charger,
Yeah,
then the costs go up astronaut, like, so I don't want to give people, like, it's okay to go down. The problem is gonna be, okay, people want to use this more often, but now I have to put it on the fast charger. So now it's costing me $35, $40 every time someone uses it. Well, so now I can't be charging you $20 or $40. You're not even paying for that, let alone everything else. So, and then I
as
think
we can see by
it
your
starts to
charging
get-
station.
starts to get,
revenue.
it's, so I also wanted to benefit, like you said, people who can't afford it.
mhm.
But I don't wanna get to a point where, if we have to charge it on the big charger, that now I have to charge a higher rate, like I'd rather, and then all of a sudden we have to up it, and then the only people that are benefiting from it are people who can afford it, like, You know, so, I mean, $10 is not an unreasonable amount to have a car per hour, and then we did reduce it to $60 a day, so if you rent it for 8 hours, if you take it for
Yeah.
the whole day, we are not charging.
But it's a
$60.
2 hour minimum, so it's actually $20, like you can't rent it for less than 20.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
it seems to be your sweet spot. If you look at the revenue that you've earned and then less expenses, you've got $369 in profit,
mhm,
right?
that's for the charger, yeah,
Yeah, like that,
yeah,
$5 wouldn't cover it. Do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
$10 seems to be the sweet spot and the magic.
I
I don't know
And
that
that's,
that's
that's why the
related.
$5 we knew right away, because we
Yeah.
talked about $5
yes.
from the inception.
Yeah,
Right.
We said, we'll rent it for $5, $5,
Yeah, well, it
$5,
wouldn't have
and
covered the
then,
expenses.
But you don't have to cover expenses. Like, I think that's just a false narrative.
Yeah.
You need to look at this from a public transportation
Yeah.
perspective, where if you're in any other municipality, the municipality, like it's the 30% is probably more so what,
Mhm.
is being recovered. So
yeah.
this is a service. It's not meant to be recovering the costs.
Yeah. And so we're not recovering any of the
No.
insurance, like the $9,300 a year that we're paying in insurance, is not, this $10 is covering the charge.
Yeah.
Which on the slow thing is $7. So then we've got $3 left over, and that's, administration costs, that's the monthly fee for the app, that's still not touching our insurance or anything else, which I think is okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think if we go.
but the
into-
charge is for a full day, and this, we're talking an hourly fee, so we're comparing an hourly fee to the full day charge.
To the full charge.
I guess
yeah.
I'm just worried about
Yeah.
incurring extra
You know,
costs.
it's
that maybe aren't
actually-
budgeted.
But it's actually, how many hours a day do you have that you can charge this, from 9 to?
Well, so it takes
Four?
a full day to charge it. So the problem is, if we get more people wanting it, then we're not gonna be able to do the $7 charge. Now it's gonna cost me $30 to charge it. So now I'm charging it for $30 every time. So now I'm not recouping I'm
But I-
not even
that's on the
recouping that
level,
cost.
that's on the
Right.
level 2
Yeah.
charger
Yeah.
in the,
I get it,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if you have like 9 to 4 is the
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
possibility, right? So if someone does it for
Mhm.
$60 for the full day.
Yeah,
Or they do $20 for 2 hours.
yeah,
Like, they're paying for half the $30 charging fee, so you're still have that other $30 per time that you're doing it,
right.
that's gonna cover off some of those other things, so you, even with that, you're still
Yeah.
covering some expenses.
Some, yeah, but I
Right.
still think we're probably renting out at 50% of our, like, I won't know that until it gets started.
Right,
But I do think we can look at that again as people are renting it, and how much are they renting it for and how is it going? And that's the other reason why it's a minimum of 2 hours, because when we looked at it, we were like, really, it should be $20 an hour, but again, I feel that's too high. So compromise to $10 an hour, but you're right, it's minimum of 2 hours, so it's $20 per time, but that at least, like, I don't know what you get for $20, but to get a car for 2 hours, you know what I mean, is pretty.
but if you're, let's say you're someone who's unemployed and you're using that to go on a job interview.
Well, my
Like-
hope is you can get some support, whether it's through Bernadette McCann House, or whether it's, like, there are agencies out there that will give you that support.
Mhm.
So.
so from here to Pembroke is, I'm just kind of doing the math here. So 2 hours and aside from a job interview or
Mhm.
something like that, I'm just thinking, half an hour to somewhere in Pembroke, you could shop an hour from your back. I mean, I think that would 2 hours, as long as you're kind about if it's 5 minutes late.
Oh, yeah, we have a
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
minute time
Grace.
period, if you're,
Yeah.
like, it's okay, you're not getting charged for that, like, it's, yeah.
I
But
think
there could be more than one booking in a day too, though.
oh, yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
My other concern, and this is like the flip side of it, is like, we put this online and then someone just books it every single time, like there needs to
I worried
maybe,
about that too.
yeah, there needs to be like, you can use it once in a week unless you get, approval. So like, someone comes into you,
Yeah.
I can't get to my job because my car has died
I
and I need
for
it
3 days.
for 3 days.
Yeah.
then you say, sure, okay, that's fine. But otherwise, generally speaking, someone shouldn't be able to book it for like a month.
Exactly. Yeah.
Swear,
Yeah.
that was one of my biggest things with the app,
Mhm.
is that could you just, and certainly, your car breaks down, your
Mhm.
car is at the mechanic. Your car is at Murphy's Auto Service.
Mine's going there soon.
And you
That was
would, you would.
That was a
be-
commercial in the middle of the Bonachir Valley Township meeting.
Yeah,
be able to do that, but I could go in the back door and say no.
Okay,
So when we advertise it, it's going to be, you can book it for up to a day. And if you book it for multiple days, that is subject to approval of the township. And so
yeah,
when we see it's booked multiple days by the same person, then I will have to reach out to that person and say, and that's the sort of admin cost, but because it's a pilot and because we don't know,
Mhm.
those are the things, and that's why I also said, like, let's start with Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Let's not get too, because I don't know how crazy it's gonna get, but maybe it's gonna go really smooth and it's gonna be great, and then we can open it for more days, and yeah, we're using the charger because we're getting the $60 every day, and it's covering that cost, and people are getting good use out of the vehicle, and at the end of the day, that's what we want. And maybe the complaint comes back, like you said, I find this, but if you go rent a car for the day, that's what you're gonna spend, so.
but
yeah.
I said this to you earlier, so to rent a car over, so this is a daily rate, right?
Yeah.
But realistically, if you rent a car, you're renting it overnight. You're taking it in the morning, you're returning it the next morning. That rental is not $60. It's $150. And I know this because we've had customers that have had to
Yeah.
rent a car because their car isn't ready, which is what made me think about,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, what if somebody books it every day?
yeah,
So,
Yeah.
and I think that the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I agree with you. But if somebody is saying, look, my car is in the shop until Thursday,
Yes.
can I rent the car until Thursday?
Mhm.
I will charge it myself at home, or
Mhm.
like, I think that once we get into this, we're going to
Yeah.
learn, I think,
Yes.
more and more.
and some, like, you should have some flexibility to make those
Yeah,
calls.
exactly,
Yes,
that's
and I think
exactly.
that's what we'll say, if you
Yeah.
are renting it for more than a 1 day period, it will be subject to approval.
Mhm.
The
Yes,
township, so that if it makes sense, fine.
Yeah.
If it's not, something that's, or something that's constantly happening,
Mhm.
then say, no, you can't have it every week for 2 days, like, that's not.
but I
That's
think
not what
that
it's meant
we're,
for.
we're kind of saying the same thing. We
Yeah.
don't want people hoarding the car, but we want people to be able to get to their job if
Yes,
it's a one-off,
yes,
you
yes,
know?
Yeah, or the dentist
Yeah.
appointment
Yeah.
happens to be on the Tuesday.
yes.
Yes.
It's possible
Yeah,
that I can get it for Tuesday instead of Wednesday, and then you can
Yeah.
make those calls.
but
Yeah.
if this is the agreement you made with the other two townships.
For the price, yeah.
For the,
Well, we
for-
did, yeah, we signed an agreement, all 3 municipalities,
I
yeah.
mean, let's not lose sight, it's a wonderful opportunity for the community. We don't know yet. There's growing pains, learning pains. It could be something that's on our regular agenda every month.
by
Yeah.
all means.
To assess,
Yeah.
right price,
Yeah.
all of the expenses aligned with budget, whatever those growing pains are.
Yeah.
I,
Oh, yeah.
I wanna
Okay.
talk about the revenue, because I disagree with your $405 savings in my, $405 savings in mileage.
I only took the mileage I was 100% sure of.
Yeah.
I did not
No.
take it all, but I mean, in fairness, I didn't take,
You didn't take me,
I know, I did not.
you didn't take roads going to county,
I know,
you didn't take Daryl,
it's true, I know.
so I would like to say that it's way more than that in savings and mileage. Cause
And that'll come up in our end of first year or
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
months appraisal, we'll have dollar and cents figures to.
or in her performance appraisal where she didn't take, I know.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a good news, it's a good news story.
Yes, you,
It's making, revenue over the expenses and things that we have, which
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah,
yeah,
But yeah, I didn't wanna get too optimistic with it and count too much, cause then I thought, well, what if
Well, I think you've done a good balanced job having to negotiate with 3 townships and
Mhm.
everything else,
oh,
so that's good.
yes.
I don't believe it's a public transit issue. It's offering a service to people that didn't have. We haven't even got a taxi service in town, so
Exactly.
we're trying to make up some of the shortfall in services to our ratepayers, so.
but that is public transit. right? Public, we are a public,
Taxi
Entity.
services and the public transit.
right, but we're not a tax.
Oh, no, this is mass transit
Oh,
for
yes,
Montshire
yes,
Valley,
yes,
for the
yes,
prices
yes, more, yeah,
of provincial
exactly,
gas
yeah,
tax.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
But
that is the intention. That was my understanding, is that is the intention.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that in 3 months, we've done over almost $1,300 in revenue from that charger.
Mhm. And I mean, April, I don't know how many people knew about it because it just came online March 31st.
So you're talking about
I
really May
really
and
think
June.
May and June, yeah, I really think May and June, it's picked up a lot of, like, there's a car there almost every day.
It-
And, yeah, so,
So it means in effect that people are choosing Eganville as a destination because their car told them to come here.
they are, yes, because there's,
Funny you say that.
You say
There
that,
was a gentleman out there in a Volvo XC40, all electric Volvo, small SUV. I asked him where he was from and where he was going, and he said, you know, his wife wanted this all electric Volvo. And they have never been able to charge here before. There is a charger near where they stay. I won't mention the place.
Yeah.
Because it's got a charger that's basically a trickle charger that they would have to plug in for 4 days to make it home. And they just think this is wonderful, and it's the 4th time they've used it.
I believe it's the only level 3 charger in Renfrew County.
and like
Literally
literally,
Tesla, oh,
Tesla's
you
not
might
the
be-
same.
but you might be right.
I think
Well,
they're
'cause
all
they-
level
at
2s.
Whitewater, they got-
Tesla's only Tesla cars.
No, they've got the adapter.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, this one has one on for a Tesla and one for a regular car.
Yeah.
Depends which
Oh,
side you
we
take.
trying to do it.
There's an adapter,
Oh,
Yeah.
a little plug.
But I do believe this is the, if you look at the map, the charge on map or the
Yeah.
flow map, I do, this is the only level 3 in Renfrew County. So when someone's coming through Renfrew County, they're gonna come through. you
I
guys.
have to say, this
Well-
feels like a full circle moment, cause like literally a decade ago, and Gerald might remember this from our council meetings, I kept advocating for us to get this. Because it would make us the destination place to stop, so it's so nice to be here
There you
now,
go.
see it happening and see
Yeah.
it actually, these
And
stories.
making money.
Making money, and also
Yeah.
bringing people here to our restaurants and our shops.
So $774 in, even though I disagree with you.
Well, but as Sandra pointed out, like I didn't count the $7 in hydro every time we charged it plugged into the building.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We've all used this car. I've
Yeah.
used it. I used
Yeah.
it to go to Barry's Bay for the Heritage Cup. I
Yeah.
used it to go to Kingston. I used it, like,
Yeah.
we've been using this car
Yes.
in lieu of,
Yeah.
and I think that
The mileage.
the
would-
savings of that all
Oh, yeah.
adds up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And you know, I don't always charge mileage because I figure, you know, but I think that those
Mhm.
numbers need to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, and I don't think I counted the, when Sandra took police service board up in, Hilleloo and things
Yeah.
like that, but, yeah, so.
But those are all
Yeah.
times that there would be mileage charged,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Anyway, again, everybody knows I wasn't thrilled about having the car. I just wanted the chargers, but now
Yeah.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
maybe not to leave Renfrew County, but the car was not a bad idea.
And we get
Great idea.
weekly notes in our Dropbox
Oh,
from people that use
nice.
it.
Really?
Yes, that say, we're coming from here to there, and this is so amazing, and we used to have to lease a car to come through here, but now we can bring our own car, and like, it's
Okay.
people leave us very nice notes.
Well, and this gentleman, I won't mention where, but he did have a coffee cup from downtown.
Mhm.
And he grabbed a small bite to eat as well.
Yeah, it still takes an hour and a half to 2 hours, so I mean, we see them
Yeah.
all the time walking
Yeah.
back and forth. Not always, sometimes they just hang out here, but.
We might
Bring
have a
your
second
bicycle.
one
That's the
sometime.
question.
Well, and the one at the arena is all installed, ready to go in use, yay.
And someone was on it the day that it got installed, but it's not getting as much use again
No.
because it's a level 2 and it's slow. But maybe at the hockey tournament.
I was gonna say in the
That's the
winter,
perfect place for
Yeah.
it.
exactly.
Okay, sorry.
Well, thank you for the conversation, and I think it's good, like, not, to your point, Tracy, like, we don't wanna lose sight of what a great thing it is, but I also think it's just important early on to have these discussions so that we know what we're looking for as we see the usage, and for the next council in particular, to look at, like, can we bring it down? Or does it need to be more, or, you know, just by looking at those factors and thinking of it in terms of public policy, really. From that lens, and who is it servicing also? And if people can let us know the reasons that they're using the car, that
Yeah,
also really helps council make decisions going further, go, oh, a lot of people are using this for like, you know, doctor's appointments and
Yeah.
job interviews, like, you know, that's something that is worthwhile trying to give a cut rate to, and discussing with the others, like maybe we think this through, that there's different rates depending on usage or whatnot. So just
I was on the
Appreciate the
other side of it
conversation.
because I was like, oh, we always said it would be $5 and now it's
Yeah.
$10. I'm like, bummer.
I'm agreeing with you. I would love to see it as 5 as well, but let's see what happens
Yeah.
with it.
And we
Like,
have
that's the
that right
agreement
on
we're
the
at.
app where you have to tick what you use the car for. Now, there is another. And
Yeah.
the other can't type anything in. But
Oh,
we have,
okay.
we have like an appointment, employment, education, because that is, or shopping, that is what we wanna track is,
Yeah.
is basically what is it being used for, so that we know.
But I do think like, and maybe it's just a matter of the timing people have it, will just take into consideration the distance. But like, if there was, someone was just using it to move some, I don't know, it's not a mental thought. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if it was the distance someone was going and the mileage they were putting on,
Mhm.
that might be a factor to consider as well, like.
Mhm,
But
Yeah.
that might just be, you know, if someone's only renting it for 2 hours,
mhm.
They're saying.
then they're not
here.
going
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
far, yeah. Okay, thank you.
So going into Rachel's report, so have we made a decision on the drone show? I think so.
As much as I wanted it on the civic long weekend, even if it was on the Sunday, I think I love this idea that it's going to be Amazing Race Day and roll into a barbecue and the drone show.
Okay.
Everybody's happy with that?
Sounds good.
Okay, and as Annette and Rachel both said, the drones can fly earlier because we're later in the year.
Mm-hmm,
Annette even looked up sundown.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
so that'll be good.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there was anything else here that we didn't kind of.
The one thing that we did talk, Rachel and I spoke about was the Driftscape. Talking about the Amazing Race.
Yeah.
And we agreed that if it doesn't fit into Driftscape
Yeah.
this year, no shame in the game.
Yeah.
We can do it analog, it's all good.
Yeah.
I didn't want her beating her head against a wall with brand new software, trying to get something in place when we know we can do it analog.
Yeah.
We've done it before.
The other thing I wanted to just see about was the newly rebranded Paddle Parade Summer Splash event, which I love the name.
Way better.
Yeah, just wondering, like, in terms of like people signing up in
Yeah.
advance, that if trying to get people to do that so that they're committed,
Mhm.
letting them know that there are prizes, a 2-night stay, that there are races to be had, what those races might be, like.
The
I-
poster's on her, she's working
Yeah,
on it
so-
right
Okay,
now.
yeah.
Got the registration form ready to go, so we wanna get that out, get that advertised by, what we want to do is do it by tomorrow.
Right,
And then do the Amazing Race right after that.
There's
perfect.
a file folder for the
Yeah.
Amazing Race and the file
So,
folder
so
for the
what we
Paddle and
want is
Parade.
people to sort of register to say what they wanna do, like, you
Yeah.
wanna do a swim race, you wanna do a paddle race, you know.
Yeah, you can do all 3 of them.
Oh, you can do all three if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
And then sort of how, and what's your age?
Right,
Because then once we know how many people are participating in each and then what the ages are, then we can divide the races, so.
yeah, and
Yeah.
people can sign up day of but preferences in advance.
Yeah, that's right, that's
Yeah.
right. Well, yeah, cause once you get their day of, we will have those races
Yeah.
broken out and you'll just have to pick. one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just on that, I was thinking, instead of doing one and then the other, doing them together might get people to say like, oh, I can't go to do that, but I can do that, or like, or they wanna do
I
both
don't
of
think
them.
there's room at the beach, like where they have like a blow up thing in the middle, the way they described it to me.
No, I just meant on social media,
Oh, on social media, oh,
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
like launching
Yeah.
both of it, so that you're getting attraction for
Oh,
both of the events together,
yeah.
like a.
Oh,
Series.
you mean,
Yeah,
you mean the
Yeah.
22nd and the 29th
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, like don't
Okay.
wait to do one and then do the other,
I
like,
was not picking up what
Yeah.
you were putting.
no,
Yeah.
neither, I thought you meant the events on the day.
Me
of my
too.
goddess. Yeah.
sorry, no,
Yeah.
I just mean in
Yeah.
terms of branding and
I
marketing
think
it
that's-
as like a,
I think her idea is to flood the market,
Yeah.
perfect.
And then we're gonna bring,
but we just, changed everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So,
then we asked, Jenna and Effie Rose if they could come for the 2 hours on the 22nd.
Perfect.
Because it'd be nice to have some lifeguards there.
Yeah,
while we're doing all some activities. And also, again, bringing the cornhole, the Connect Four, just a couple of games there on the beach for kids.
I will get Dave to grab the cornhole out of the granary.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, do we not have one? Is that not what we had out there on Canada Day? I thought we had one. Is it just a beanbag toss? Is it not corn?
I don't know, I actually
Okay.
cornhole.
Okay, well, that's fine. If you
I
bring
have
it,
one too that I don't
Yeah.
use, I just need a
Yeah.
beanbag, my mice.
Yeah.
I think the beanbags are inside of ours, I'll check.
So I just think to have something else there and then
Yeah.
they'll be selling ice cream there. And so we might bring some freezies again and just, it's only a couple hours in the afternoon, but it should be a nice
yeah.
day.
And if we need any like kids to get their community hours, volunteer hours, helping with the
That's a great
games.
day for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that and the Amazing Race,
Yeah.
biggest days for it.
Exactly. If we can put that out there, like if you would like to volunteer and
Yeah.
get your community, because then people volunteering brings more of their friends out to it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Great. I think that's all that was on Rachel's report that I needed to sort of talk about. Planning and licensing report. I did want to ask, sorry, before I get up, the only other thing on Rachel's report I wanted to ask you about the county is the HIPE program.
Yes,
Do you know, have they spent all of that money?
No.
Like, is it, so the conversation that I was sort of at is whether we want to, and I know it might not be this council, it might be the next council, but just looking for some direction do we want to up, if the county is going to be sharing that price with us, that cost? So we, it's $1,500, they're paying us back $750.
yeah,
Maybe we wanna up that so that the
Oh.
750, like, do you know what I mean?
yes,
So now
I
we're
do.
getting the 750, but
Right.
really we budgeted for the 1,500, so we could give that 750 as well, that's, I know it's not how the program works, I understand that.
No,
But rather than asking the county to, don't split it with us, add it to it.
yeah, I can ask that question.
That's a whole,
Yeah.
that might be too messy, but
Yeah, no.
if we upped our amounts in our CIP, in effect, it would do the same thing,
Right,
right?
yep,
So,
Before we move on from the CAO's report, which I think we're almost due, has it been publicly noted that our CAO won an award?
no, no.
Okay,
No, we're not
so
allowed
we'll
to
just,
talk
We're
about
not
it.
allowed
we
to
can't
talk
talk
about
about
it,
it.
no.
so we won't.
We're embargoed again.
All right, so you know nothing yet, but maybe
Jesus.
there's something cool to come.
We are just leaky like sieves here today.
You never said it was embargo.
Well, so
I was like, are we gonna say anything?
I don't have all
Okay.
they're supposed to send me the details, so.
What's attendance been like for music in the park? Do you know?
I think Kevin said it's been pretty good, like we have the tourist student, the tourist booth, works until whatever time.
Mhm.
He
Off or
did
whatever, so-
indicate though that it's been weather.
Yeah.
dependent.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. No, but even the threat of
Too hot,
storm or
yeah.
too hot, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully maybe the next few weeks will be better as the weather, I don't know what the
I
weather.
don't know.
And Erica's report, I think there's nothing really too much on there. We have a public meeting later on today. And emergency management, so that'll be coming up as well. So I know she's been working on that with her alternate and the fire chief, so I'm not sure what her exercise will be, but they're working away on that. And Grayson did finish his BEM,
Oh, good.
so that's, so we're working towards compliance again this year. Yay,
Every year.
every year, yeah. Sorry, that's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. A good report, lots of generated discussion.
Any chance we could take a quick break?
Well, I think we could,
Okay,
we could spare 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
I got a plan to catch those shots, leaving at 5, and I'd like to talk about fire, but I think we can do it.
I think we can do this.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. If,
Come on down.
if everyone's in agreement, we're going to delay correspondence B and move to our closed session. Because of a kind of time constraint we have. So anybody have any problem with that?
No,
Okay,
we are waiting for the fire chief to come back, but perhaps we can do one and then two.
is someone
Yeah.
gonna go and knock on his door?
No,
He's
he had to
just-
drive.
So he's
He'll be
coming.
back.
He's coming.
Yes,
Okay,
Folks, I gotta go.
yes.
But we could start
Thanks for coming in.
correspondence B until he gets here,
okay.
if we want.
Yeah.
We could, so you can wait.
Although I
Or the
think,
mayor's report,
The
we
mayor's-
move you up?
yes, You told me you were gonna give me the mayor's report.
just for Carol's benefit?
Yeah, oh, okay, I can do my mayor's report.
okay,
All over the place today.
All right, so it was a slow month. I only had 17 meetings, but I had several events. So June county council reports in and the county construction is in your correspondence. On June 22nd, we also met, we had intermunicipal committee with the city of Pembroke. And I also participated in the interviews for the new director of community services and the director of public works. Dean Quaid is the new director of community services and Taylor Hanrath is the new director of public works. So we're very excited about both of those. They were both internal candidates, which is very exciting. The Roma board met on June 12th. We reviewed our current financials, draft audited. We had a briefing on circular materials and some AMO and Roma resourcing discussion. Mostly because Roma utilizes a lot of the AMO resources, including financial, HR, communications, that kind of thing. So we're trying to sort of be our own people, but still work within the confines of AMO. Eorn met on June 22nd. I already told you about the weirdness with the FIFA tournament. It is a Rogers policy. I'm assuming it's a telco policy, period.
Sorry, just on that, does that mean that they'll be turned on once FIFA's
Yes.
over? When does FIFA end?
The end of next week.
Okay.
RCDHU met on June 28th, and you have Dr. Morgenstern's. You can come in. Okay,
Bye.
so those are, there were meetings, it was a crazy month, but anyway. So on June 29th, Annette and I met with executive members of BMO to discuss the possibility of a bank machine and night deposit. And we will have more information on that as it comes. I will say it was a very positive meeting. And I think both gentlemen understand that had the meeting that we had requested where we kind of got the nasty gram back, had it happened prior to the closure of the bank. I'm not speaking out of turn here,
I
no.
don't think so.
That a lot of the angst could have been avoided. So they certainly understand where we are at this time. And I gave them some options which they have taken away. So events. On Wednesday, June 8th, I attended the AORS conference in Petawawa to bring greetings to the vendors, volunteers, and attendees. On Thursday, June 9th, I attended the officers luncheon at the Garrison Petawawa, where we heard about some new technologies and met the new Garrison commander. On Saturday, June 13th, it was my pleasure to cut the ribbon on the new postcard bookcase in Foymount. It's really cool, by the way. And they donated the big scissors to the municipality so that when we do other ribbon cuttings, for the first time in 16 years, I used the big scissors. On Saturday, June 13th, I attended the night market hosted by the Bonnechere Museum. Unfortunately, at about 7 o'clock, we were given the note that the purple band of weather was coming in. And sure enough, I got into my truck and I was driving home and the storm was coming. So the vendors did have fair warning to collect, but it was really well attended. I know you.
Yeah, I got there just when they were shutting down.
Yeah, but it was very well attended at the beginning. On Friday, June 19th, it was my honor to host the 19th annual Warden's Golf Tournament, where we raised over $17,000 for the 10 food banks. On Tuesday, June 23rd, it was my honor and privilege to present the Paramedic Service Awards, recognizing 10, 20, and 30 years of service. On Wednesday, July 1st, I attended all of our Canada Day activities, including the alligator boat race, cupcakes at the museum, and the duck race. On Sunday, July 5th, I attended the opening of the Eganville Photography Club at Charlie's Eatery. On Friday, July 10th, I attended the Rural Ontario Development Grant announcement with MPP Billy Tano and Minister of Rural Affairs Lisa Thompson, where a total of approximately $114,000 was awarded to the Township of Killaloe, Haggerty and Richards, the Township of South Algonquin, the City of Pembroke, the Ottawa Valley Tourist Association, and a private business in the town of Arnprior. On Friday, July 10th, Minister Thompson, MPP Dano, and I attended the opening of the opening ceremony of the 170th Beachburg Fair. It was really cool. I've never been to the Beachburg Fair. I will say they had over 200 volunteers. So in a village of 1,000 people, that was pretty stupendous. The minister did throw out the challenge that during Rural Week, which is the third week in September, and was an initiative brought on by our MPP to have a rural week in Ontario. The challenge was given out that all 240 volunteers, however many they had it in the end, they did a barbecue for them. So I'm sure that will be well attended. On Saturday, July 11th, I, along with Councillor Sanderson, attended the Golden Lake Property Owners Association AGM at the Maqua Center. And this morning, Tuesday, July 14th, it was my pleasure to have breakfast with Minister Stephen Lecce, Minister of Energy and Mines, to discuss hydro transmission and the mine site in Whitewater Township. And that's my report. So low on meetings, high on events.
Thank you very much.
Normally it's the other way around.
Now to.
Nobody has any questions?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome. Yes, Sandra, I will send it to you right now.
Oh, did I send an email? No.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm preempting you. I know you so well.
I don't like to send it when you're talking. I will.
Okay.
So I'm going to take us into close now. Deal with
Sure.
2 items there, and then we'll come back and finish correspondence, and I think that's close to all.
Yes.
Okay, so
Thanks, Carol.
Okay.
See you around, Carol.
We'll see ya.
date is this 14th day of July, moved by Tracy. That committee proceed in closed session in accordance with the Municipal Act 2001, section 239.2, to deal with matters as indicated below. D, labor relations or employee negotiations, and K, a position plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to negotiations. All in favor? Here we go.
Go.
Jennifer Murphy moves that committee moves out of closed session at 17:02 PM to rise and report that committee met, receive information and give staff direction to advise Admiston Bromley of their review of the minutes of settlement and next steps to be taken, and to add a bylaw to the August 11th council meeting to approve the union contract and approve minutes from June 16th, 2026. Carried. Thanks, everybody.
We got 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, we've got to do correspondence B.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. Let's
Yeah.
do
We have a public meeting at 5.
Yeah, we can get this done, you watch.
We'll do it.
John,
Okay. Correspondence B.
Let's go.
we're trying to get through it, John.
Here we go. Watch this. Correspondence B, the Kraft Chick letter, thank you letter with email request for deferral or absorbing fees. I wasn't particularly in favor of that. It's not what we usually do.
No.
Okay.
Well, we've never had anything like this, but
Never had anything like this, and because they had to spend like $30-some thousand
Yeah,
doing it,
fair
and
enough.
they already had building permits, it was, like, I can understand why they're asking.
Yeah.
But I said it has to by law, so it has to go to council, I can't wait.
I would waive the building permit to move it.
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
Olive branch, yeah.
definitely.
the demolition, because they got, you got the building permit, now you had to pay for a demolition permit, now you have to pay for a new building permit to move it.
Oh, the demolition permit and the building permit.
Yeah,
I'm not necessarily against either of those permits.
but
Okay.
not the tipping fees
No.
for removing the stuff.
So I can support that.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
So good. So direct.
So we're good with those two.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wind phone.
The wind phone, yes, yes.
Yay.
In capital letters.
Love it.
Can we please send a lovely note to Ms. Moore and let her know?
We're gonna call her on the wind phone. But yes.
Yay,
enthusiastic, yes.
okay, that's great.
4, I didn't see an action.
No,
Removing off-road motorcycles from the Algonquin Trail doesn't pertain to our geographic location, so while it's some good thoughts there, we don't have action there.
No.
6, resolution FIPA compliance, no action.
no,
Resolution for rural hospital funding, while a wonderful thing, again, I didn't feel strongly that we need to take action.
I would wait.
Okay,
I'd
and
like to see
revisit.
what kind of funding is, yeah,
Okay, and that could be a while.
Yeah.
All right, accuracy for municipal voters, no, nothing to
That's-
do.
that's what I was talking about earlier, yeah.
It's being looked at by bigger fish.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same with council.
oncology clinic, no. The EWOC call to return to the tax property reassessment cycles. I'd like to vote yes on that. Is that worth us supporting, or is it again being looked after by bigger
The-
organizations?
The Warden's Caucus is, we're pretty firm on the fact that this has to happen. We're done now. It's a decade,
Good.
literally.
But I think that we could support that
We could, yeah,
because the more they see,
yeah, and I
And the
think
more
that
they'll
one of
take
the
action.
challenges is that MPAC is taking the hit. But MPAC has to be directed by the province.
Mhm.
So when I went back and read that again, because I thought, if this is about going to MPAC, that, no, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
government reacts when they get lots of people doing it, as
Well-
opposed to just like one big fish. It helps.
So we're gonna throw our loony into the bin?
sure.
Okay, yes, for that, and you'll make the motion for next
will.
time around.
Yeah.
Okay, motion regarding provincial review for IPV, good idea, but out of our purview, yeah, and we've talked about that
How,
before.
can we not support this?
We did.
We did, okay. When was that?
That's what I thought.
Thought we did it a couple of months ago.
And
If
this,
not this one, we did another one about
We
intermittent
just, it was in
violence.
the fall.
Oh,
I don't remember it, so can.
Yeah, I think it was,
Sorry.
I think it was a little longer than that, yeah.
And was it the same issue, though?
time
The
flies.
best shelter that women have the right. to-
I think it was declaring it an epidemic and that the
Yes.
province needs to step in and do some stuff about it,
Oh,
so.
I might.
This one's.
That's-
But not this.
no, this is the
different,
one where
I'm
they
with you.
want us to
Yeah,
declare.
this is a bit
that it's an
different
epidemic.
than overarching, there's a problem. This
Yeah.
is like deep dive into getting women the support they need.
We can definitely support it.
Yeah, I just think it is an epidemic
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
an emotional one, but
I'm happy with that. Thank you.
Which one was that again?
That is number 11.
The letter to the deputy premier, I don't know why he's tagged, for tick-borne
She-
diseases. And again, there's little they can
Cause she's the
do.
minister. of
She's the
Health.
Minister of Health, Sylvia Jones.
Yeah.
Right, no, sorry, I'm not sure that what they're asking her to do can be done.
I
mean,
agree with you.
educational programs, things like that, but you gotta talk to the ticks and
It's-
there is no scientific method to reduce them.
No, talking to the ticks is like talking to the wall.
So I
And
don't,
I think that.
I don't know, we
quite
cured
frankly,
AIDS,
our-
couldn't we cure some ticks?
Our, I believe, at least at a Renfrew County and district level, that our medical officer of health is doing everything everything the health unit can do to ensure some outreach and what you said about going to a pharmacy for prophylactic, if you think that, so, yes.
But I do think it is a big issue that if we could get the province sort of taking more ownership on it, that's not a bad thing, like, if they're only doing what they can do within their sphere, but the province can maybe.
You want them to eradicate the tick.
No, I think like, look, we can do big things and we've eradicated AIDS and eradicated like, or treated it, not saying eradicated it, but that, you know, this is something that more and more people are getting very sick over. And if there is more science that can be thrown at it, I'd like to see it. I'm not gonna say it's be defeatist and say like, well, there's nothing we can do.
Oh,
That's
I'm saying that.
just-
I'm saying that the measures they listed in this
Yeah,
motion, we're not gonna achieve that goal.
okay, so I don't.
Why not bring back the funding so they can identify the species of tick if you submit it to the health unit and test it in Winnipeg for Borrelia?
And that's what
That's a
I'm
real
saying is
thing.
that our health units are on it, at least ours.
Well, they were on it and they took the money away.
Yes, but our unit we are taking it very seriously.
I think
Would we
so.
like more funding? Yes, we would.
So maybe
Good.
someday we should create a motion that says bring back the
And we can
funding
do that.
for speciation. Let's talk about that.
I think
See,
that's a great
But we
idea.
do, and that's forward thinking because sometimes we just reiterate what people say and it's like, no, that's not
That's
what we
not-
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I'll-
Like, you know, all the-
Maybe have a discussion with Renfrew County District Health Unit as far as tick and see what they're recommending that we should do. And then I can bring forward, might not be at the next meeting, but I can bring forward something on this.
Is that an opportunity to bring someone in to talk at council, to speak as a delegation about what's going on in Renfrew County with respect to ticks? Management, all of it?
I think what you're getting from Dr. Morgenstern's report is basically, yeah.
people say much more than that.
So Ned,
Can I
if
ask a
you,
quick question for you? But go ahead, sorry.
if I talk with you about that a little bit, we can come up with an idea that we could maybe take back to Morgan
Yes,
Stern
yeah.
and say,
Absolutely.
let's have a chat.
Yes,
Okay, I'll work with you on that.
okay, perfect, thanks, John.
Did everybody vote on their?
That's what I wanted to ask a question about. Are we, like, who's allowed to vote on that?
Go for it.
Like, anybody, like, can I?
Yeah.
You mean
kids
Where I
can
did
do
it.
it if they want to? Yeah.
The new trail, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure, but I didn't wanna vote until I found out, like, is this something we're supposed to do as a council?
No, no.
Can anybody?
No.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to put it on and just so everyone was aware.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, Taylor is
Yeah.
very excited about all of us voting.
Vote twice. Have a
Safe,
nice day.
safe trip.
Okay, we
Alright.
did it, 7-2, correspondence fee is done.
Perfect.
Holy moly.
Look at that.
You
We
did-
just need an adjournment.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
entertain a
it is.
motion for adjournment. Tracy does it. All in favor? Thank you very much. And I'm gonna say